and
nice. Oh,
Twitter.
good. So a test of the multiplicity broadcasting system.
Oh, yeah, I added it to 2 of my channels too. I was like, why not?
Well, we're going to find out. Okay, folks. Well, this is Unloose the Goose After Party, and StreamYard just upgraded us to be able to go live with 10 screens, and each guest, as they come on, can add 2 more streams to the link. So I think, that's 2, 4. I got 7 running here, so we're on at least 11 streams. So I guess we're going to push limits and see. Nicole's on
you
the
say we're
limited
taking
time.
lewds and we're gonna see what happens.
No, that's tomorrow for me to crush the bowling people for one more week of drug-induced fucking craziness. They're so mad. We beat them spring quarter, and we're so far ahead, no one can catch us. And we did let the cat out of the bag last week to the 300 bowlers, and they're pissed.
Because you're taking what?
How's Squatch Fest prep going?
Well, the people that are on the 2-year eviction, they are supposed to leave the land Friday. I don't know. There's a 12-foot high pile of garbage behind their RV that I'm assured is going to be taken care of by Friday at noon. So, we'll see.
Will it roll?
The guy who has the excavator, he knows what to do at 12:01 p.m.
Is he actually going to pull it out, or is he just going to smash it?
If nobody's in it, it'll just become a bonfire thing. We got to put that out. Maybe all the trash is going to burn too.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I suppose I can't plausible deniability now. I'll have to be over here.
It's all right. Nobody watches this.
No.
So they should be out, and then then the next part of Squatch is I designed the camps. We designed those little mini structures. So I really want to build one in my upper driveway first. So I'm doing a Styrocrete workshop May 19th through 21st. So part of that is going to be like a foundation and some walls, and see how much time and effort and does the theory at all meet reality, and we'll go from there. I had them for rent for Squatch, and none are rented, so I'm not super motivated to bust my ass to build stuff for people to sleep in that's not rented. So
I feel like people don't commit to things till closer.
No. Last minute. I mean,
yeah.
But you know what's amazing? Fish Fall Tour tickets are all out, right? All through the fall, all fucking sold out. Every venue, every day, and that involves airplane tickets, hotel tickets.
Yeah, but Fish has 8 billion fans, and you have 4 people that have been to your land.
No. The first Squatch Fest was 110, and then it was
okay. You have 110 people that have been to your land, and Fish has 8 billion fans, and they do 7 concerts, and you have 1 weekend.
No, they don't do 7 concerts. They do 13 nights in a row at Madison Square Garden and sell all 13 nights out in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I used to do the lottery to get the tickets in 1997. They have a little bit of bigger customer base to draw from to get ticket sales.
But the bitch is I don't know. Thousands of people know Squatch Fest exists. I mean, it's been on Spherical Show a couple times. Nicole talks about it. I mean,
Brian,
tens of thousands of people have heard about it.
Yeah.
I should have sold more than 1 ticket since November 1st. 1.
Wait, remind me the dates. Is it October?
Guess what?
September.
Summer solstice.
Okay.
Always June 21st. Starts at
June 21st. So that is coming soon.
Yeah.
High noon on the solstice. Yeah. We moved it off the equinoxes because what happened at SRF basically, that times of year is weather heavy, right?
Yeah.
And the solstice is almost my sure bet. Roll the dice. It's not going to be a monsoon or a storm.
21st.
I would like to say something to those of you who are joining us on my YouTube channel or Facebook channel. This is the Unloose the Goose After Party, which is just a bunch of content creators talking about whatever. And this is the first time I think we've streamed it to my channel, just so you're not confused. I thought it might be something you're interested in, and I'm seeing we're trying a new thing with StreamYard where I can add my channels to other people's channels, which is kind of cool. And I'm seeing, so you guys, today, one of my pigs who was not loading in the stupid trailer for like a week got in the trailer. The person who's taking him came down, got the trailer, brought him back up, and reunited him with the other pig, and has just posted that LB is climbing on Lady Pig. And I said, well, that's a good sign, because then we have more pigs. Pig futures hopefully are being made. This was a big drama because if that pig didn't get in the trailer, we were going to make him into dog food. So
can we bring the live stream of the pigs making bacon right here on the after party?
I don't think so.
We got 10 streams.
I don't think so.
so. Was that you posting pig pictures this morning, or was that somebody else?
Somebody else. I'm after SRF, so I'm there's a lot to do right now. So
we're dying for the after action report. The only thing
you're dying. What do you want to know about SRF, man?
Man, we just heard tornadoes and like craziness. Like, did you guys? Was there any?
Oh, so you've heard all the drama?
No. I'm just talking local news. They're just showing the East Coast. Like the East Coast is gone. You know, like that's what we get.
Well, Tennessee's still here, and so we did it kind of like last time where we had a Friday workshop and then Saturday, Sunday SRF. And the person we rent the tent from called me and said, are you still doing your event? And I'm thinking, well, yeah, why? Well, because there's wind and rain coming through Friday night. And I was like, well, but the event's Saturday and Sunday, so we should be fine. And the reason we rent the tent is to keep us dry. And he's like, okay, but if a tornado hits the tent, it's on you, man. So, what? Yeah, that's what he said. Well, the lawyer on the call is like, what? So he puts the tent up Friday, and you can tell they don't want to, and they waited till latest in the day possible. And the workshop went great, but we did have thunderstorms and wind and crazy weather, and we were definitely going to go into tornado watch overnight, and we got pretty much straight line winds and, you know, like lots of rain, and the tent came down without damaging anybody or the tent. And I got there Saturday morning and the tent was down. And this is why the Self-Reliance Festival is awesome. I went on to text on the chat app that we have and on Telegram, and I'm like, hey, can anybody help come put this back up? So whoever could came out and helped us put it back up. It went up within half an hour. We started about 15 minutes to half an hour late. So I also sent out an email saying, hey, we're starting late, because there's no way we were starting on time at that point. And the vibe for this festival is very different than the one you were at. A lot. I heard zero complaints the whole time. And we started out Saturday with the tent down, and then the food truck no-showed. He did not show.
Oh, no.
So there was no lunch, even though I had promised lunch, although Big Daddy's had lunch. So then we just went to Walmart and bought 400 meals worth of hot dogs and hamburgers and cooked those for dinner and sold them with bags of chips. Well, what are you going to do? Guess we're cooking. And I think the event went great. The content was great. Everybody who was there was super positive. Nobody was complaining about stuff that, stuff goes wrong, right? And the only close to complaints I ever got was solutions. So, hey, I noticed this thing and I have a resource for that. Do you mind if I email it to you? And I was like, nope. And it would be in my email right away. We had 500 people at least. Those are the ones we can count. And so it was pretty cool.
Did anybody have a badge on that said, I'm shy, or I told that one lady to put on her badge, I'm an introvert. I'm like, if it's on your badge, when extroverts come to talk to you, they'll get it immediately, take it easy on you, and other introverts will be attracted.
Yeah. I didn't see that. We didn't. So the musician I thought was coming didn't come. So we just had a big old jam session on stage, and there were a lot of good musicians there. So that was kind of fun too. Yeah.
So instruments just appeared out of trunks.
With you and CJ.
Worm did get to jam with me and CJ. You are not very loud, Bear.
Oh, sorry about that. I can turn up my gain.
Worm plays bass, right?
Yeah.
Worm's a bassist? Yeah.
Yeah,
have
and
a drum
also
set,
there was another
or-
guy named Sam there who became like my 80s jam soulmate, like on stage.
So it's Sam, not Cam, right?
Sam, I actually sang a song by Wham, which rhymes with Sam,
This is why
and
I
I
showed
haven't
up.
heard Wham since the 80s, so that was pretty
Is
funny.
that where the name Cam came from? Because I'm still trying to figure out where the fuck the name came from. I don't even know the guy. I saw the chat.
Yeah, I'm wondering where it came from too. I had talked to Brian
Copy
the
and
night
paste.
before.
Copy and paste internet.
Nobody wanted. One of my people says,
Insurance on the
"Dang,
wrong
I
website."
showed up at 8 a.m. and on Saturday and had no idea any of this had happened." I was like, "Yeah, that tent went right back up."
You know why they call him scrambling, right? Because it's not an incubator. The eggs aren't hatching; they're a scramble.
No, that's called put your money down and come play golf with me. I'll pretend I'm in the woods and stuck.
If you're playing golf with a
Like
dude
I said
named
yesterday, he's
Cam
like
in your
eczema.
fantasy,
Sometimes he's there and sometimes he's not.
he makes a hell of a fucking coffee, but goddamn, sometimes you're like, "What are you talking about, dude?"
You have to have the right hat on to roast coffee.
It's all about
You
the
wear
hat.
hats to roast coffee. I just put a bun in.
Oh yeah, you got to see my coffee show. Yeah, I like jam fish as loud as it'll go until the neighbors are like on the verge of calling the police, and then I throw a crazy costume on them and roast coffee.
I don't know. I tuned
I
into
guess-
one of your coffee shows the other day, and it was like serious tech time. I
Oh.
was like, God damn! If this is what your internet's like, I have no excuse. I could be doing this shit at home too. Like,
Oh yeah, it was
It was like
horrible. Was I on
14
an epic rant? Oh yeah, you know. Sometimes I
oh
get my
shit.
My question would be like live streaming while I review a contract. That would be so boring.
Well, you didn't exactly pick a
Oh,
super
once you
exciting
grab your
thing.
highlighter,
Watch me read and type.
Although it is pretty entertaining, and I can't do it in an open office because I start swearing at the paper.
Oh, she's going for a cut and paste.
Let's be honest. The most exciting thing that has happened in the legal world in the last decade to anybody that we can remember was two actors suing each other. We literally had to have entertainers in the courtroom to make it entertaining enough to watch. It's not really a profession.
Was it real shit or was it plastic shit? You tune in at 5.
Well, when goes on trial
You
for
had to have an actor shit on somebody else's bed
was so
to make it worth watching on TV.
best. I mean, it was like okay, and then
Somebody's shitting on something?
In the legal world, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, all the time. That's all they do.
I didn't know who you were talking about until you said that. Now I know who you're
Right.
talking
Now
about.
it makes it. Well, yeah, it's the only like legal case that anybody's watched recently, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's terrible.
What grabs people's attention in the legal world? Actors shitting on each other's beds and suing each other, and TikTok potentially getting banned. Nothing else
It
matters.
loves it.
I'll tell you what
If the
grabbed her
glove don't
attention
fit,
earlier
you
was
must
the
have quit.
tent guy telling me a tornado was on me for the tent.
Yeah.
She's like, "What?"
Yeah, you're like, do I have
Oh,
liability
legal
insurance for a
threats are way
tornado?
more exciting than the actual legal action. Legal
I mean, I
action,
have
that
event
going-
insurance, and so I was like, "What's really going to happen is the
That
two
would-
insurance policies are going to talk to each other until they're done talking to each other."
That's-
Till
no
they-
shit. Good luck. You
That'd
sue
be-
me for a tornado. Okay.
And both
Okay, buddy.
policies probably say no act of God coverage.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
probably.
No,
So make sure right before the tornado's going to hit it, someone grabs the truck and just runs through the poles.
You may not believe in God, but God believes in you. All right. So an active guy.
You can help the prophecy just a little.
That's what we told. That's what we told that guy, that gas station owner, when his shit was out of warranty and they were so old they were gonna have to be replaced. We're like, yeah, just have one of your buddies from New York City come out to Minnesota, roll into these gas pumps, and then have your insurance company cover them. All of a sudden, his security cameras weren't working, and both his pumps were knocked over by the same driver. And we're like,
It happened at the same time.
dude, we were joking.
Oh, this is going to be a year for business fires. Oh,
yeah, I
yes.
negotiated active God out of a contract one time. I was so irritated. It was like, and I was like, take it out.
So irritated, your cam cut out.
I got weird.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I said take it out, and they were like, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm an atheist, so you're never gonna win on that one." There's no act.
It was an act of godlessness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, shit always happens. We're going to debate
Yeah.
who did it. I
So
don't
they
think
were
so.
like, "Huh, that's it." I said, "I mean, if you want to argue that in front of a jury, that you signed a contract with an atheist." They were like, no, I actually don't. They took it out.
Oh, hey, Lot's coin on the screen reminds me. When are you going to run that next set?
In the future.
Wow, I figured you'd do it in the past.
Generally,
Some things fell through with it. It's still in the works. It just hasn't been finalized. We both put assets into other projects that were more lucrative at the moment.
Fair.
yeah. The die's been set though. The oh, hey, that reminds me. Oh, yeah, go.
No, go ahead.
No, have you guys? Are you part of Tim's Patch Club?
I am not. I don't have an address for him to send it to.
Oh, it's just
So I get them from him when we see each other.
No, but being on his mailing list is fucking great. Like SOE Tactical throws in shit every month. Like, think about it. It's a place that goes out every month now. People have figured that out. So they're sending stuff that they can easily insert in, like other coupon codes, other business cards. So yeah, I'm thinking about that with coffee too, since I send out on such a regular schedule.
Yeah, so I'm thinking the same thing. We should have a list of where you can mail things that we're willing to throw in packages, because I just came home with like a big box of SOE cards to throw in my coffee packages, because they put my stuff in their packages. Like, why not?
His whole thing kind of inspired it. I was like, oh yeah, that's just we mail on a regular to a bunch of people, and if other small businesses that have nothing to do with anything I'm doing want a place to just feed samples out to the universe, well shit, every package that goes out, I could throw something in.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Well, and you know what, Brian? Yeah.
I'm gonna join it. And I keep forgetting, so that was a good reminder.
Well, Brian,
sign up right now.
I cut out right at the same time that you were talking about Brian's no address thing. I think you were probably saying the same shit I was. He ought to be having his Patch of the Month club either shipped to you or me, and he should sign up for my Spice of the Month club, and one of us can just ship it to wherever the hell he's going to be, because we're both shipping him shit every fucking month.
Oh yeah.
I have an address that I can have shit sent to.
But I'm pretty sure that you're going to keep getting coffee wherever the fuck you are, and Corey's going to keep.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to have them send. I'm not going to have them send it to South Dakota and then forward it to me. I'll just tell you where I'm at.
One of the two of us on the left side of the screen here is going to be fucking sending you shit pretty much every month.
Yeah.
Because
so
Corey,
it
is a big deal that I don't get that patch right away. That I see him 3 or 4 times a year at this point, and I'm probably going to be doing a project with him, so we'll be able to figure it out. I'm guessing. So we got it worked out. We're preparedness people, and we're doers. We got this figured out, guys. I don't need to troubleshoot this problem.
Well, that's why I knew SRF was going to be like. I saw the tent down picture. I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if that took 5 or 10 minutes to put back up." And
it took about a half hour.
What's the plan for fall, Nicole? Is that already rolling and setting up and everything?
Yeah, so that's the 14th and 15th, I think it is. It's October. During Homesteaders of America, so I have a speaker who I think is not arriving till Sunday. That when I lock him down, people will be super excited to see him. And I'm thinking of doing a Monday workshop afterwards if he will stay for that.
October?
So,
yeah, do that, because I'm talking to Tim about helping him build a Styro Creek generator shack a day or 2 before.
Yeah.
So they're boom. People want to come early, can help.
Yeah, so I think we had the head count we had this time was good. And I will say, from an organizing the event standpoint, I was surprised how many of those tickets were bought in the last 2 weeks. So 100%. To your Squatch Fest experience, a lot of tickets sold early, but there was a moment 6 weeks out where I was like, I wonder if this one's going to be smaller than the last one, and then it wasn't. But I've had so many people say they're coming in October who were just otherwise booked this time. So I think it's going to be really big in October. And that'll be fun.
Brian.
And I have some ideas for what we're doing for music, but I liked the jam session thing too. So I think we may want to preserve that.
She nailed it right there though, Brian.
100%.
Who's your headliner for Squatch Fest in June?
Well, Rhyme Wave or Patty's dad.
That's the problem. You can't answer me, and it's in June, and you want people to throw down
it's not a
money
music
and
festival.
buy tickets and come out.
Yeah,
What is it though?
it's
What sell me
camping.
on a Squatch Fest ticket right now. Right now, sell me on a $100 Squatch Fest ticket in June.
Come on, if you can't sell the 5 of us, who are you going to sell? Come on.
Why would you come out to a private
Sell me on a
woods?
Squatch Fest. I'm just listening to a commercial for you. Sell me a Squatch Fest ticket.
Okay, how about free vending of anything?
I don't have anything to sell.
Well, you got stuff to buy? Do you like interesting
I could
shit
go
that
buy
you can't
stuff at
find at
fucking
7-Eleven?
Walmart, dude.
You're
I'm
probably
a
not a Squatch attendee. Yeah, it's going to start at noon
who
on
are
the
you
summer
marketing
solstice.
it to? That's what I'm saying. Is I asked you a question about something that's going to happen in 3 months.
People that want to do psychedelics in a private setting with like no rules.
Then you can't be upset you haven't sold tickets.
Yeah,
You don't have a message to sell your ticket. You can't be upset you haven't sold tickets.
I got a method to sell the ticket. It's been up on the website and it's been on, I don't know, 1,000 posts since November 15th. I'm cross-posted in 7 platforms like every couple of days. I'm to the point I annoy people.
What do you?
know?
But you, if you're doing that much posting though, you should be able to tell me what you're posting, what your message is. It should be the same message.
No, the message is come to a private woods. Do all the fucking psychedelics you want in the safety and comfort of a very relaxed camping atmosphere that will have kick-ass music from noon till 2 a.m. every fucking night. And some of it will be
kick-ass
live.
music are we going to see though? You need to be able to post.
Is it EDM? Is it jazz? Is it
I got 4,000 albums. It's whatever I put on at the minute that I'm feeling whatever drug I'm on.
Yeah, but I can put on Spotify.
I could put on a playlist in my fucking bedroom, and I don't have to pay $100 to do it.
You can't go camping in your bedroom in a hammock in old growth pine forest.
Really? I can't.
In an old growth pine grove.
I can't.
You're looking up
from
your
see
hammock
the
from your
I took
bed
on the dog walk this morning
and seeing the moon.
You probably can.
Then I'm not going to guarantee a UFO, but the last time we threw a rave in the dome, a UFO showed up. I don't know. Shit happens.
If the psychedelics are good enough, I'm not going to fucking know.
I know what you're saying. I've been there.
Right.
I understand. I'm trying to tell you that someone that hasn't been to your property, that has no idea what it feels like to be there, isn't going to throw down $100 to come find out. Unless you have a clear message and a reason.
I threw down like $300 to go camping for 4 days all the time. Like,
yeah, but that's
every fucker in a state park's throwing down $150 for the weekend.
So you've had that experience a bunch of times, and you know exactly what it is. You're selling yourself, but you've got to be able to sell everybody else too.
So is it like hippie Lollapalooza with camping?
Exactly.
It's like Burning Man with coffee.
Yeah, it's like
Burning Man.
Burning Man with coffee.
In the woods.
Right, there is no organization.
So things that happen there entertainment-wise, there is music playing that you're doing, but do other like anarchy things happen where people do other stuff?
Yeah, I have acquired a bunch more instruments. So, a stage sprinkled with instruments and like super loud gear that anybody can plug a laptop into and play a set or snap a DVD in and slap a movie up on the big old screen and crank it out through the whatever. The shit's there. It's hard to say at an event like that there's like a hard, fast schedule. Because might come to Patty wanted to teach a canning class at midnight because that's what she felt like doing. It's hard to tell people 3 months out that Patty's gonna be on the jazz to have her canning class at midnight or have a bonfire and make it happen on the schedule because it's just too wacky.
Because there is no schedule, right? I can tell you right now,
because it is a thing where the thing is no thing except just fun. I mean, if you there's a whole trunk of costumes people could just throw on, and all of a sudden, bears could be chasing gazelles through the woods with lasers. I don't know. Shit happens.
I can tell you right now, having hung out with you, furry shit and psychedelics and music aside, I would come and do it. I would totally come and do it, but you're in fucking Seattle, so it's like,
I know.
I can't. But for everybody who is close to you, who that is their scene and that is the draw, you've got to make sure that you are competitive enough that somebody's going to shell out money to come do it. And I mentioned it before in the group too. Like,
organic growth. It's like when Burning Man started like selling tickets and asking for permissions and all that. Fuck that. I would never go now.
And so what I'm seeing my comments right now, and somebody says, so the main attraction is drugs. That's what they just got, and I don't think it is. I think there are.
I don't think
there.
you get like. I don't think
But,
people
so,
get psychedelics.
Brian,
like,
I
we don't have
do-
a bar. We don't drink till we're stupid.
We had something in Oregon called the Country Fair.
Yes. Boom,
Which
now
it
you're
sounds like that's very similar, where there's
Very
several different
Except
places
now
where
Country
music's
Fair
going
sells
on.
alcohol.
And yeah, some people there do drugs, and I don't know if you can still camp, but when I was
Yes.
younger,
It's a camping.
you could go camp,
like-
and you would end up having what I called households, where people who knew each other camped together and sort of cooked meals
exactly it.
together. You get to know people, and there's music, and it's sort of a hangout that's super fun.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a vibe.
But Brian doesn't market it as that. Brian marketed it as a light up Ewok mystery forest in the woods.
Country Fair is the same thing. That's kind of how Country Fair's
Well,
always been
I didn't
marketed.
see any
Just
light up glow in
fly
the
your
dark
freak flag.
Ewoks at the
thing.
Country Fair though.
No, oh God, no, they're just naked, naked overweight hippies.
But,
call
it's-
that the
but
wall to
there's,
mail and
there's,
crawl
there's a
down
lot
here.
to be said for saying what happens during the day and letting the rest be implied.
Yeah, but you tell people are there, they don't get like, and you don't know what Country Fair. Like Nicole says, Country Fair, and I go wink, wink, yep.
Yeah, but the
like
hard part is
100%.
you can't sell somebody on the you have to be there to experience it. The problem with that is nobody ever gives it a shot then, especially if they have to pay money.
No.
back.
Country Fair is like 50 years old. Squatch Fest will be at 1.2, right?
No,
Organic
we're
growth. There's
all
organic
we're
growth.
doing is bouncing off ideas off you, telling you why you were sitting here saying,
Oh, I'm not bitching. I'm not bitching.
I've been, no one's bought a ticket since November. No one's bought it, and I'm just trying to say this is why no one's has bought a ticket, because you don't have the message to get people to buy tickets.
Meanwhile, in my chat, this is what they got. Looking for a unique and unconventional camping experience? Join us for Anarchist Camping Weekend
Exactly. There you
with
go.
psychedelics.
There you go. Right?
And it's not with
what's
psychedelics
happening
because it's
right
like
now?
no one's going to give you psychedelics. I mean, fuck, those cost me money.
Scrambling.
I
What's
know you
happening
can
right
take
now?
them if you. What it is that you let people do what they choose in a state where you can do a lot of things that in my state
That's it.
you get
Yeah,
big trouble
you do
for.
anything you
Come
want. The
and find
ethic
a-
of the
Leave.
festival
Oh, here's
is
another
not-
one. Leave behind
be
the
a-
constraints of society and immerse yourself in a world of self-governance, mutual aid, and collective action.
Come
Boom.
and
Exactly what it
experience a fully
I've got one.
open.
Yeah, Bear, go.
Like Childerberg, but not in Texas in the summer.
Yes, we have shade and meadows.
And they don't have chiggers.
No. The beautiful thing about west of the mountains is there is nothing. There is nothing. The only thing we have is black widow spiders. That's it. The one thing.
Yeah,
Nothing else.
they won't bite you unless you make them mad.
You
Put them in
kind
a
of have
Right,
corner.
and-
They can't run away.
If you just don't go where they are, you're good. That's the only one. Like
So do
nothing
people?
else.
Do you already know some people are going to do some things there? Like,
Yeah, like
Well,
I'm gonna
okay, I am bringing my welding shit and
He's totally
I'm
gonna
gonna
weld
weld
high.
massive
He's gonna
metal
weld.
sculptures.
yeah, that sounds.
Anybody
so,
wants to like learn to weld, help me build crazy sculptures with metal stuff and grinders and whatever.
You're going to
It's
teach
on.
people how to weld?
I'm gonna do. I can only tell you what I'm gonna do. That's why I made a Telegram group.
Well, Patty, what are you
Buck
going to do?
Fest Family.
Yeah,
right?
I'm for sure gonna have the giant camping rig by then. In fact, I think I'm gonna have it by the first weekend in May. It looks like. So I'm gonna have the giant truck with the giant truck camper and the husband/electrician to give tours and show you how to go totally off grid, boondock, and do all that stuff.
He should teach a solar panel connecting
He can.
class and all that shit.
Oh, people would love that if he was willing to teach a solar class.
Oh yeah,
He's really good at it.
30-day reviews asked camping rig. Can we see a picture? Yeah, I can post a link or post the
This
specs.
is the shit that you need to market and push because
Let's
here's
electrify
thing.
the bathroom.
The
Boom.
people who
Yeah,
actually
so-
want to learn how to do shit are also the people who are willing to pay money and buy tickets ahead to events.
Well, and this
People
is
who
how
wanna
I
go
would
and strip
skin this
balls,
cat,
that's the
Brian. I would find out the people I know are coming who will do something cool and say, what cool thing will you do? I would get a list going for that. And also put the caveat, this is subject to change because if somebody gets sick, they're not going to show up. or like things happen. So I know for
Build a big enough
SRF.
book of things of people that are coming. It won't matter if 1 or 2 drop out.
Yeah.
That's the I try to direct everybody to that Telegram site so everybody can interact. But
they won't go there. They want to see it on your website. They want to know
website.
The polished, finished presentation of it. Yeah.
All right. I'll get back on the web.
Now, Scrambling, this is exactly what happened. What's happening right now, all of us trying to help you with Squatch Fest, is the same thing that you do when somebody like me or whoever else turns around and says, I don't know how to sell this shit. And you give me 1,000 ideas and you give me all this shit. And I'm like,
The thing with the festival, though, is a struggle because I know advertising works, right? But advertising brings everybody. And I don't want everybody. I don't want someone that's going to come bitch to me that the toilet's not clean enough for their Jimmy or Johnny to sit on, So
you want to have a party that people are going to pay you to come to, and you want to have the invite list.
I want to have a party that grows over time with people who get it. Like, oh, the way to camp in your woods is hammock camping and light tent like that. That's the shit.
You probably are going to have to start
the house.
You're probably going to have to start with a bunch of people you don't want there, and then narrow that group down over time.
Well, you set the vibe, right?
We did the very first one.
Set the vibe, set the expectation every time. That's kind of why I started doing a weekly live stream for Self-Reliance Festival. Was that there was tons of questions about this and that and the other thing, and I was like, we'll just talk about it every week so people know what to expect. So we have fewer people ticked off, and I still get a few unhappy ticked off people things about some of our policies, but we have some specific policies. One is that there are no campers on site, and I know we could attract a whole bunch more people, and it'd be really cool to have campers on site, but this time, if somebody had actually been out in that camping area in a vehicle, they would have actually fallen into the pond because the amount of rain we got, right? But at the same time, I'm thinking hey, maybe somebody across the street will buy that land for sale and do an RV little camper there, and then people can walk across the street, right? So,
how much is that piece of property across the street?
I don't know. I was going to look it up. You interested?
Maybe.
Yeah. A house burned down, and I saw a for sale sign. I was like, that's
I don't need a house.
Right, it's gone. You don't have one there.
But that means it has a power pole and a hook up to sewer.
Weekend of pure anarchy in its purest form.
Yeah.
However, dissenters will be burnt at the stake.
No, that's the original one, right? It did spin out like that because it was okay, Anarchist Fest, and then people showed up with plate carriers and felt the need to walk around with AKs and.
It was Float Fest the first year. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's dudes, we're
right, Brian, but you're imposing your views on what you want as anarchy.
Yeah, how dare you anarchy the anarchists?
Yeah. That's why I got rid of the committee and became the king and no fucking weapons.
Okay.
During the festival.
Anarchist over here. They call it a monarchy.
But then I handed everybody swords.
To have any weapons with me?
No, you can have them. The rule was if it leaves the holster, you leave the property.
Oh, okay.
So you can't pull it out and show people, right? Because it left the holster, then you're off the property.
Just
if you have to have it on you to feel secure, go ahead. I don't care. I'm going to fuck.
You handed me a machete when I got there.
Right, I handed everybody a 3-foot machete, and you notice nobody got hurt? Not even a scratch.
Well, now I know I can't come cut meat because you're going to fucking kick me out if I pull a knife.
No, just not guns. You can't have a party with
God, you said weapons.
Sword. What about a sword?
No, weapons are fine. No guns. No guns.
Bludgeon. Can I bring a bludgeon? That's what I really want to know.
I got a range. You want to go shoot, and we can go blow some shit up every other day of the year except those 4 days.
What if the gun is unloaded and clearly open, and we're discussing firearms?
No, because guys were doing that for just to be jerk offs. It's no, you're clearly not getting music festival. Let's nature with the animals.
What if I want to go to a music festival with guns? What the hell?
Well, you should have one at your place. And I'll come down. I will come down. But your insurance company will probably not like you giving people booze and shooting it at the same time.
No,
I thought you said you were only taking psychedelics. Now it's psychedelics and guns. They go well together.
So can I come out there and trip mushrooms, get high as fuck, and swing a sword around? Is that cool? But a gun's not.
Yeah, you gotta have like something that's.
Don't worry, he'll just stab himself.
Figuring it out here.
Nobody was stabbed. There was somebody
Gosh.
scratched by a dog. That was
Oh,
the
no.
Oh,
extent
so
of it.
you allow dogs at your festival?
A dog
Oh,
is
yeah,
way
yeah.
more
See,
See,
dangerous
that's
My
than
a
dog
dog
was
friendly place.
festival. That's a differentiator right there.
Wish we
The
would.
rules with dogs are everything out there is trying to eat them. Like literally, the bald eagles try to eat my dogs.
Especially
as soon
my
as they get
dogs.
away from cover, the black bears would want to go for your dogs. Yeah, we got black bears, we got coyotes, and we got eagles. So if the dogs can run that gauntlet, they're free to roam.
So here you go, Nicole. So Brian, we're coming out to Squatch Fest, and we're bringing our 3 Saint Bernards, and
We're fine.
we're on the way there. And he's like, "Don't worry, I built a kennel for your dogs to hold them, and you can just leave them in there, and they can play,
Fortress?
and it's all enclosed and everything." And I'm
built a
like, "Oh,
corral.
cool." So
It would hold more normal dogs.
we rolled in, and it was like 3 pallets by 2 pallets.
How much room do dogs need to hang
And the
out?
dog walked up and stuck his head over it and just was like,
That looks cool.
You made me a cool bed.
I didn't get the
and
bear
then,
size.
and then I
dog.
met Scrappy, and I was like, it's making sense. The thing's like,
He said a big dog by Brian's scale.
Yeah, like doesn't fit in a purse.
No, literally a dog the size of you.
yeah, I mean, Norman is 180. What are you?
I
Like
wasn't ready for
155?
like containment of black bear. No, not even close. I was like, well, 3 pallets by 2 pallets. They're like, is that big enough? I'm like,
He totally needed a 5x5 double stack pallet box.
double stack with wire on the top.
Yeah.
With
and
rebar
real
razor
hinges
wire.
in the
Oh, yeah.
side, so he can't knock him over.
Hey, you should weld something together from Whippet cans.
Wasn't he? Wait, hey, did you see the time turtle behind me?
For my younger listeners, a Whippet can. Never mind.
Hold on.
Oh, here he goes.
Is that what he
There we
makes
go.
his sculptures out of? Is whippet cans?
That's a time turtle right there.
Time turtle.
I thought they were CO2 cartridges.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
no.
well, I mean,
It's the
yeah.
same thing as
No.
a different
You know how
cat.
many BBs you'd have to
Different
shoot?
cat.
Okay, so as a recycling service to America, if you have 5 or more
I do as
boxes
many
of
whippets
whippet
as I can
containers,
to recycle the
It doesn't-
canisters.
There's a
if
kind
you
of
go on my
recycling
website
service
and click
if
on
you
the bottom and
recycle.
send your address, you get a mailing label to mail me 5 or more boxes of containers, and I'll name the next sculpture after you.
I'm
If
just
you're
gonna say
doing
it does not
whippets and you
count.
want a sculpture,
It does
Oh,
not count
oh,
as a recycling service if you are using.
say you
your
have a
own waste.
bar and you need a cool sign.
the sculpture
Or-
won't be as good as mine because I didn't do the whippets.
Or say you have a golf course and you need some hole markers.
I just want to know: can he weld those together while not on whippets? That's the question.
Well, not on whippets. That is, there's an over under. We could go live. I found a way to record the welding.
Did you get tape? Did you get tape for the lens?
Just that extra little piece of glass. Just throw it in
Oh
front
yeah,
of the lens.
from the helmet.
Yeah, not the darkening one, just the clear one.
I would just go to like a Harbor Freight, and they have the it's like a tape, and you can just make a little thing, and it just sets in front of your camera lens, and it'll make it all different colors. You can get the different color lenses and it'll make the arc a different color.
Oh, sweet.
So I want to go
Sweet.
back to the small business mailing concept we were talking about. We didn't finish fleshing that out.
Yeah.
How
The
do we
whippet
get
canisters?
how do we get a list of places we can send stuff that can be added to packages?
Oh, okay, that's way better than the whippet canisters. Sorry.
Ah,
Yeah.
well,
I'm changing the topic.
I thought you wanted to send in whippet canisters.
I know I don't have whippet canisters,
That
but
is
Well,
actually a really good
I'm
idea.
kind of a boring chick in that way.
if you were a small business that wanted to get samples to people through me, you would only reach who I get organically on coffee plus club.
Okay, but kind of vibing off that. What if there was collaborative among people, say in network here, who do stuff, who have subscription services and send stuff out on a monthly basis. What if somebody sort of managed look, you can sign up for a big group, like maybe something like $100 a month. You get stuff from all of these people and they just all send it to one place and it works. The person handling it makes the money because
shipping twice blows.
The shipping is cheaper if they're shipping one box versus everybody shipping their individual packages to the same person.
Doesn't work. Coffee maxes at £6 as far as dollars per pound.
That totally
shipped.
does. Especially now that USPS cut the regional box
Oh.
fee that I could get 7 pounds into.
Coffee ships maxes at £6. Yeah, but how many people buy 6 pounds of coffee in a month?
No. I mean, if we were trying to ship it to a location in the middle to ship it out from, that would be increasing our cost by 2x.
What are you putting in there? Are you putting in
No.
media, or are you
But
putting
I'm
in
back to
product?
this. Promo materials.
Promo material.
We all
Right.
have promo materials.
Or lightweight shit.
And let's say there are 10 of us who also send packages on a regular basis. How do I get the 10 addresses to send a box of owl cards to, basically, to throw in there, or Holorow stickers or whatever?
Yeah.
SRF
idea.
promo materials 2 months before to sell tickets.
Maybe we just need to have like an opt-in, like, hey, I mail, and we could put down like who we mail, so like don't
It's
send
like
me
a Telegram
shit.
group.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
there should be
an
like a
address. There's a
Telegram
way to
group.
just give my because people like any of you guys could send me stuff, right? To put
Maybe there needs to
Holorow
be a
stuff.
Telegram group where everybody who's on this podcast gets together and talks.
Whoa, that'd
And
be
then-
cool.
And then we can
Well,
all be like,
that's a
hey,
great
we all send
idea.
each other promo material so we can just ship
Oh,
each
yeah.
other shit out.
But we just need to let like Jack's crew, like that whole, like, hey guys, if you have a small business, you're trying to get shit out to people, know that we're a way you could do that. But
Well, the
here's my
other thing
reach.
I thought was cool because I was at SOE. Amanda Willis, they put all those different like stickers and cards from all sorts of people in all their packages, and
Oh yeah, and you got bags.
she started putting them in these sealed bags because she has a bag sealer that just like does it really fast. And so instead of every package taking from 5 piles and putting in the package, it's one bag. And she said that has 10x basically. I don't know if it's 10x, but it's significantly increased her capacity to put out boxes with like cards in it.
I've got a bag. I've got bags and I've got a vacuum sealer. I could fucking pre-pack those things all in one day. Just put them in a stack, and then when I send it out, slap it in, and it's everybody's shit in their one place.
Yeah,
That's
so like
the
we
idea.
should ship you business cards. You could ship out the spices. Same thing.
Well, that sounds
Ship
like
out-
way too much shipping. I think we should all ship each other cards or promo shit.
Yeah.
Like everybody take a package. When I send one of y'all shit, just send a bunch of promo shit that you just send to all your people.
I got a
They
more
will all
efficient
do that.
idea. I'll just drive to each of your places and pick
Every
up
month?
materials, and then I will just
Yeah.
drop it off at everybody else's
Totally.
house. Is
You
that
just
cool?
do the great loop. Just
Totally.
keep rolling.
Well, I just go straight from the printer to SOE right now because
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's the thing, right? You all get your materials through printing places, and you can have it shipped to whatever.
So why don't we
addresses
just send
you
it
want.
all to SOE and have them do all the work for us?
no,
They don't have anything.
100% can't volunteer them to
They're
do
not
that.
volunteer.
Yeah, no. But we could start a little list of like, hey, I ship on the regular to this class or group of people or stream. If you want any promo material, send it, and I'll send it out.
Send it
Oh,
to
I
this
think-
address, and I'll, unless it's unless it's a picture of a penis or something, I'll probably throw it in my bag of coffee.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
because Josh.
So
is
I mean,
about
like
to launch
everybody
that.
reserves the right not to add the thing, but
No spicy content. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Interesting
Your
and
cock
funny
sauce
work,
cannot.
but like my audience probably doesn't want to see body parts.
Probably not.
Oh, Chicken Joe got her first harassing telegram the other day. She was like, I finally got one. Someone
I'm
tried to sell her
excited.
crypto. Yeah,
I've had
it's only
trolls
took,
2 weeks in a row on my shows. I'm like, oh my God, I made it.
Oh, you got heckled by that same guy?
No, it was I had a different one that came in, and all they would say was, what kind of gloves do you guys like? I like gloves. I have gloves at home. I really like gloves.
Oh.
Like 5 comments in a row. I was like, all right. No glove, no love, buddy.
That's the nice part about doing 6 in the morning. There's nobody up that early.
I'm psyched. I was like, dude, this is awesome. Other people that I don't know are watching shit now. That's great.
Yeah.
You're gonna get hecklers from like France or something.
I won't know
I
what
get
yeah.
the random one on Twitch every now and then.
Twitch is interesting.
I was literally up and the dogs woke me up for something in the middle of the night. I was like, oh, look at that. It's Brian's show.
It's not the middle of the night, okay? It's still only 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning over there. That's not the middle of the night. That's just
well, when you go to bed at 2 in the morning and you get up at 7.
Tuna
I'm on homesteader hours, man. I'm like, ooh, 9 o'clock. That's midnight for me now.
Yeah.
Oh man, when we got rid of the ducks, oh, so nice not to have the whack whack, feed me whack whack. Like the dogs will just be like, yeah, sleep an hour, I'm good.
I just tune it out. I'm like, bitches, you'll get fed when I let you out. You know.
I just trained mine to get out of bed later, so they get let out at I think 8 now.
Mine will just sit on the floor.
Yeah, or not. It was 9 before, but then daylight savings time happened, so I think it's 8 now, or maybe it's the other way. Maybe it's 9 now. I don't know. That's too much thinking for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it must be 9 now because then they lay the eggs, so they're not expecting anything at sunrise.
Most of mine get out around 9 or 10 anymore because I found that if I do have any issues with predators in the morning, because we're close enough to the woods, it's usually that first hour and a half after sunrise.
Yeah.
So you give that little buffer, get everything else that you need to get done in the morning, and the last thing before you go do your daily shit is go let the fucking birds out, and then all the eggs are in the pen. So.
Oh look, 30 Days Review is promoting the digital replay of SRF, which is $95 at selfreliancefestival.com.
Man, that's $5 watching it live.
Hey,
it for driving and screaming. Not only to hold the phone in your hand.
All we heard is something cut out, in and out, OnlyFans in your hand. Okay.
Pickle Pete, what?
30 Days Screaming wanted to know if it was illegal to stream while driving.
Oh, okay. That depends if you get caught or not.
In the comments.
Yeah.
Oh, it's illegal to stream and drive? Oh,
No,
don't watch any of my shows.
Not in
She's hands-free streaming, so it's good.
Yeah.
Move the camera.
Isn't that
I'm
half of
hands-free
what
driving
TikTok
most
is?
of the time.
Yeah.
If you move the camera in front of the steering wheel so they can't see that you're actually driving, you can pretend you're a passenger. Just talk to somebody next to you.
Just get a car that drives itself. Just don't fall asleep.
It's okay. I had a TikTok taken down one time for dangerous activity because I do most of my shit recording in the car, and they thought that I was driving during the TikTok because I was in the car.
Oh, funny.
Oh my god. Oh.
So I start all my TikTok lives now with "I'm not driving. I am parked safely."
Especially the one where we were standing in the side yard.
Okay, not that one. But.
Oh, favorite new channel on YouTube, Miami Boat Ramp 79. Oh my god, a guy commentates the boats. Just people forget to put their plugs in.
Riveting.
All the if you've ever owned a boat, it's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh.
Boats.
So down on the waterfront, there's a bar right by the boat put in for the ocean.
Yeah.
So about 5 years ago, I'm sitting here and I get the call holy shit, get down to Salty's. You gotta see this. So somebody's getting a ticket on the other side of the street. So super drunk guy with a big, huge truck and a big boat behind it decides the good place to run is down the boat ramp straight into the ocean. So big old boat with F-350 behind, being pushed head first into the ocean, in front of the bar full of people. Oh my god. Yeah. That was a day.
It sounds like a day.
Think of it.
Wait, can I present something? I want to show you guys my kitchen.
Oh, did that go way further than you thought it was going to go?
Ooh,
yeah.
Kitchen.
This is where we're at as of today. Do you have to let me do it?
I saw studs on the floor and was like, I don't think you were holy shit.
Nice
work.
Yeah, so that is a placeholder island until the cabinet guy has time to do an actual cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
But I just decided to put restaurant work tables in and that island because I have my spring workshop at the end of April and we need to use the kitchen. That wall with the wires coming out of it will be closed. But yeah, originally I wanted new counters, Brian. because mine were. And I was like, well, we'll take the cabinets out and see why the floor isn't level. Next thing I know, all the joists are taken out of my house. New joists are being put in. We're like, well, crap, we might as well rerun the plumbing. So all of that got done. Redid all the wall was half rotted. It got reframed. And then my cabinets were so, like, the bottom
But
cabinets
is the
were all
PEX
gross.
properly color coded now? Oh no.
Oh, yeah. I do now know why that happened. It's because plumbers aren't going to like this. The cold water line is coming through 3/4 PEX and the hot water through 1/2 inch. There is a reason for it. It's a choice I have made because it takes so dang long for the hot water to get there that a smaller pipe was what I wanted. And so we are bound by what colors of PEX we have, right? And we only had blue in the 3/4 or red in the 3/4. So yeah. So it ended up like with red is cold and blue is hot. But
they make colored electrical tape.
Well, you can't see the pipe. Like once the wall is closed, you'll just see the spigots.
Well, right. But when you open it back up, you got to remember that it's backwards now.
Yeah. They can go watch this podcast and figure it out.
Yeah, remind yourself in 20 years.
At that picture, I was just like,
Nobody liked it, and I can guarantee you Tactical's going to be thinking about it for the rest of his life because he's super OCD about stuff like that, and it really bothers him. It had to happen that way.
How many times was one of them
the inventory at the hardware stores looking for the right colored PEX so he can do it, or is it already sealed back up?
Well, at this point, it's done. Yeah.
How many of them considered going to the dollar store and buying a $2 can of spray paint and just fixing the problem?
Yeah, I mean, the wall is still open. That might still happen. That wall is actually still open, but I'm doing laundry there, so at least because when this whole thing went south, I ended up with both my kitchen and laundry room and bathroom ripped out, like all of that 1/3 of the house. Get an angled mirror above the island.
Mirrors on the ceiling
for teaching your class.
I am. So I'm gonna be putting in. That's gonna become a studio too, with like fixed cameras and stuff.
Nice. That's what I wish.
You know how you could do that angled mirror cheap as a whiteboard and like sticky mirrors onto it.
Yeah. I totally could.
I did a cooking class once that had one of those. It made it so much easier because you're not having to like if you're not the tallest person. You can just sit down and look up.
Yeah, totally works.
I would never think of that because I'm tall enough to see the counter.
Yeah, you're like, I can always see. What's wrong?
I was wondering why you were putting
light that I was in there. Like the light has to rotate 90 degrees now too.
Not everybody has the countertop at like knee height. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were like doing that so you could like film it while you were doing it in front of you and you could watch, or I didn't realize that people had to watch things like that.
Yeah,
because he sees everything.
So when
people cook, they're like, a pinch in this. You want to see what a pinch is, you know? If you're not looking, a pinch could be like that, or I won't.
Yeah,
I've definitely been in the situation of having the wrong colors for plumbing or wiring and stuff, and a Sharpie and some masking tape goes a long way. Just label it.
Yeah, label it hot.
Like, they did. Yeah. They labeled it. They
labeled it. This is the wrong color.
Figure it out.
How many studs or how many of those floor joists did you have to replace?
All of them.
Wow.
They looked a little
okay. So the foundational problem is that my floor joists were 2x4s.
Shit. Oh, you need to do it anyway then. So you need 2x6s in, right?
So that is 1/3 of my house, and it opens into my living room, which is the next. Now I know the living room floor has to come out, and also we put 2x6s in. That's all we had room for because there's no room. And the floor went up about an inch.
How old is the house?
It was I don't know. It was registered as built in the 89. I think he started building it in 72.
2x4 floor choice. It's amazing. It's still there. Shit.
Well, I mean, I would have only fallen a 1/2 inch.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So there's no crawl space. So yeah, but it was definitely janky, and it's way more solid now.
Did you throw a vapor barrier underneath it or something?
Yeah, all of it. Well, because we also had water going under the house for the whole time, and that I fixed that a few years ago. So yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it'll be Taj Mahal eventually.
You know, it was really funny. There was a presenter on, so Ed Hubble was talking about radiation, and he's like, you know, not everybody, most of us don't have a house built into the side of the hill out of cement and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, actually, I do.
You're like,
maybe that's why he built me into the side of the hill here.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because my roof is metal roof, concrete, another layer of metal roof. And then on top of that, I have a metal roof. So every time a contractor comes out to work on my roof, I tell them that. They don't believe me. They underbid the project. I'm like, I told you you had to cut through all that.
I bet the cell phone reception is phenomenal.
Oh, it's terrible. Like right now, I was looking at my phone. It's like not registered on network. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's me 90% of the time. But dang, that's super.
Yeah.
You live in like a, what's that? Faraday cage. Yeah.
Yeah, I Faraday cage or bunker is what we call it. I'm in a bunker. I love my location. I don't love my house.
Yeah, I've heard Spyro Creek does the same thing.
Ride.
Yep, and I gotta go too, guys. I got some people waiting for me at 7 o'clock.
Fine, Nicole.
Nope. Thanks for having me on. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh, no girls allowed. At appointments.
Oh God. Oh,
Hey, Lots, did you get silver coins made of that logo?
Not of that logo.
Mooney.
He was talking about the other logo that he had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The throw the Lots one back up there.
There it is.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Ounce and half ounce, or right? Ounce and half ounce.
I'm sure for the right price.
I can find the picture.
I think for the right price, you can probably get one made of the other
indented
logo.
Lettering. The next series is going to be inversed.
I got the pictures. I just gotta find them. It'll be a second.
Yeah, and there's a video where the guy that made them shows like actually breaking the mold. He takes the last one out and cracks the mold.
Oh,
I thought
nice.
that was pretty sweet on the launch because you had those all sold before they were struck, right? Pretty much.
He had all but the ones he wanted to keep, either to give away or for himself. Yeah, were pretty much pre-sold.
Yeah,
that was sweet.
Yeah,
I worked out a deal with them to do it. I just haven't pulled the trigger on other shits.
I wanted to get one of the sets, but I'm like trying to like build a business and shit, so I couldn't really afford.
There you go.
Oh yeah, here's your pick. Okay, here we go. Come on, Abs. Oh yeah, 2000. Oh yeah, I forgot they had the year stamped into them.
So that was the bigger one was a 1 ounce and the smaller one was a ½ ounce. They were numbered. There were 25 of the 1 ounces and 20 of the ½ ounces made, and the 1 through 20 got sold as pairs. And I have the other 5. Well, I used to have the other 5.
Nice.
They're at the bottom of the lake.
How did he make the mold?
Sandcast. Well,
Okay.
he used a 3D
Tell the whole
printer.
story.
So we made the design, and then he used a 3D printer to make sure that or he used CAD program to make sure the volume was right. 3D printed it and cast a sandcast from 3D print.
Yeah, basically replicated the 3D printed coin.
But it looks so much like it was just dripped down on there, like poured.
It was.
Yeah. That was so Toolman Tim we split a bar, like 100-ounce bar or whatever the run made sense financially. I can't remember how it worked out.
Right.
But, his turned out, he got a die made, and his turned out really crisp with hard cut lines and looked more like a cast coin or a pressed coin. And these were made with the sand mold because I wanted them to look more like pirate money. And that's what they kind of turned out as. And he poured them, like he melted. So what did he do? Shave the silver block, or
he burned it with a torch.
So he dripped it onto a plate into small little chunks, and then he melted the small chunks and poured them into the sand cast, and then struck them. and that's how he did those ones. And then the
I
Tim,
thought the
he,
thing 3D
Tim
print,
he pressed.
What's
What's
he
up?
had to tell his printer
He 3D
that
printed
it was
basically the
silver
blank.
density.
Yeah.
So that the
Well, yeah,
void
he
was the
made
exact
sure he made
ounce.
sure that the volume was going to equal the minimum of 1 ounce, and they were mostly 1.04 or something like that because of underrun and wear. So they can wear in your pocket up to 4/100ths of an ounce, and they'll still be an ounce if you put it on a scale.
Nice.
Oh, they were sweet.
So when you say he broke the mold at the end, he probably broke the 3D printed blank, because the sand molds you kind of like remake them each pour, right?
Right.
Probably recycled it in the media.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah. But on the video you see him like cracking the.
Sorry.
in the-
Sorry, I had to. Yeah, he broke the 3D prints and then the cast mold. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
definitely artistic, but that's a story from the Agris marketplace. We met.
Yeah,
him,
I bought some because he met the guy on Agris Marketplace on Telegram. He bought these.
Yeah.
What were they? 2 ounce
2 pounces. It was little
Yeah,
cats. 2
2
pounces.
squares.
Yeah,
that he
because
did
you
the
were showing me
artwork on them.
those at the
I
last.
bought the
Float Fest.
AK. He had an AK bar, so I bought the AK bar, and he had the 2 pounds.
And he showed me.
Funny as shit.
He showed them to me, so I asked him, dude, if he had any more, and I bought like the rest that he had of these. Like I got an AR, I got the 2 pounces. It's got a cat playing with a ball, and it says 2 pounces, and some just like stupid coins like that. There was one that was like a tiki guy, but they all come with certificates, authenticity, and shit. And then I said, dude,
And that
like,
penny that he does is
could you do some like custom coins? Would you do that shit? And he's like, I mean, yeah, I can. He's like, if the price is right. And I was like, well, what's the fucking price?
What's the price? Yeah.
Let's figure this out. Like, say I wanted to do just some 1 ounce coins. Give me a price. Like, what's a good minimum? Where do you get a discount? Can I pay you in silver? Like, if I buy 100 ounces of silver and I just get, like 70 ounces of coins back, and you get 30 ounces for doing the work, is that cool? So we worked out shit like that, and the price was like, I don't know if I really want to put that much into it. And so I said, hey Tim, you want to throw in half on this, and you can make your coin up? And he's like, yeah, let's go. Because I knew he collected silver. Like, he collects junk silver and shit like that, so he'd be kind of down for it. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And so we did it. We ordered it, and it was like, from the time we paid him through PayPal for the silver till the time I had them in my hands at SRF was like 27 days.
And you had almost all of them sold by then.
I had all mine sold before I had them in my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a cool thing to do, like as a promotional thing that's like worth something anyway, regardless of the promotional.
So we're trying to do it once a year now. Me and him will probably each do a 1 run, so like split a 100 ounce bar once a year. We were gonna do it right away, and then we both had other shit we wanted to put money into. It doesn't make a ton of money. Like, I had to throw a pretty high price out there to make it worth even doing. So it's not something you're gonna sell every week. But yeah, once a year I could sell 20 sets. I mean, that's not
the
ridiculous.
funny thing is the market's going to come right up to him. It already kind of has.
Oh yeah. I sold the ounce and half ounce pair for, what was it, $75, I think. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think it was $75.
I bet there's a lot of people who have bought some shit coins that wishes they had bought one of those
for $75. Yeah.
I got 3.
I've still got some shit coins that I would like to have put into something else.
Does anybody want a float token?
I got. Do you actually have the tokens? I at least have my planks.
No, I don't have tokens. But there
I
could
have
be
one of the.
Maybe one day there could be some. I have a plank.
Oh, not tokens. I got the.
Any suckers out there that want to plank?
It'll be worth like 17 flex planks, I'm guessing.
It's worth at least some nostalgia, maybe.
It's not worth the heat for the gas, but
I just saw
way to build it on
Doge's back to
Bitcoin
like
Network,
80
you
cents.
asshole.
Right?
Fuck.
Oh, I posted that. I went up on float because they actually put it back up after Jack ripped them a new one.
Weird.
They opened it back up. Yeah, I was like, oh, so people are still just the same shit up there. Same 5 people posting the same fear porn every day. So I was like, hey, does anybody want to fucking plank? And that Studio 8424 or whatever came in and said, well, because I said I want to get rid of my fucking Ethereum wallet because it's the only thing I use it for is holding a couple of NFTs that are useless. And they said, well, you may want to hold on to it because I forget, was it Minds or some other social media is using Ethereum? And I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck who's using Ethereum. It's all bullshit. I said, Noster's using the Lightning Network. The rest is irrelevant. So everything else is shit at this point. As soon as the social media network adopts the Bitcoin as native, there is nothing else. It's done. You know.
Fucking
Except maybe privacy coins. Like
it doesn't matter. No, I'm not even gonna fuck with that anymore because I got rid
I'm
of
not
all of my
as
R.
into that as
I got
as
rid
I
of all
was
of my
before,
R
but-
because it literally would take me 5 fucking hours to access the shit. I'm like, it doesn't matter if I can't use it.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
And now that
You know what's
Lightning
pretty anonymous? Fucking Lightning.
Now that Lightning is developed to where it is, I don't need it. Lightning now is as anonymous as R started. So give it 5 years. You know?
Really?
Yeah. Honestly, if
Well,
you
yeah,
do it
I
the
can
right
set
way,
up. I can set up a Lightning wallet with no KYC and
if you're
go
smart about
on to Noster and set up a no KYC account and put up a
Right.
Lightning invoice to sell whatever I want. That can then be transferred wherever I want through however many
if
different
I set up a
proxy
Lightning wallet,
wallets.
if I set up a Lightning wallet as Renegade Butcher at getalby.com, it's going to be pretty obvious who the fuck that is. But if I want to set up an anonymous Lightning wallet somewhere and not tell them who the hell I am, I can do that. And then every transaction that goes through the Lightning Network is just bookkeeping until one block moves. So by default, when Lightning transfers with a regular Bitcoin block, it's all coin mixing. The whole network is coin mixing. So it is insanely hard. You're talking like quantum level computing to crack this shit unless somebody signs their fucking name to it. So, I mean,
and you could download Wallet of Satoshi on a fucking burner phone you buy at Walmart prepaid and set up a Noster account through that.
And 90% of it,
as long as your
90% of
exit
it-
strategy is there to get rid of the Lightning, which usually involves paying somebody else for something, and then it's gone.
And 90% of transactions are under $1. The biggest transaction I've ever made on the Lightning Network was around $100. So most of it's not worth somebody actually putting the effort into trying to unravel this spider web of all this bullshit that's going on. If you think about the fact that every single time somebody streams 5 fucking sats on Fountain per minute, because
it's
like
one per minute now. Sometimes.
Right. So think of the volume of transactions that are actually being generated. So try to take every one of those transactions and separate it from all of the other ones that happen to be in the same block at the same time. The volume of transactions makes it so difficult to actually track down one thing.
Well, and if I understand how the Lightning Network works, it basically shows up, you're agglomerating a whole bunch of Lightning transactions into one Bitcoin transaction as well.
Exactly. Every single one of them goes together into one Bitcoin block and happens as one Bitcoin transaction. It's just all bookkeeping up until then. So yeah, it's like I said, it's all like it's coin mixes. So I am one of 1,000, 20,000 transactions that all happen at one time. It's random every time.
Yeah,
and I can do it. And I can do it anonymously.
Right, exactly. So now if I type in the note, this is for Bob for the 70 ounces of cocaine that I bought for him, and leave that in there. Well, then I'm dumb.
Discount.
Yeah. Don't forget the discount code. Scrambling.
8 ball.
8 ball.
However, it can be pretty annoying. But if I
live after the show.
I did a transaction on Pirate Chain I somehow sent along a notification. If I sent you an email and said, "Hey, I sent you a payment on Pirate Chain, and here's the transaction ID. This is for your magic mushrooms," I'm probably going to go to jail, and so are you.
I don't know so much anymore. People are
saying.
slinging that shit on Instagram nonstop.
Well, yeah, but if you want to get caught, if you're really that stupid, you probably can. But it's not hard to be anonymous now, and you don't really need privacy coins to do it. You don't have to jump on Monero. You can be pretty damn private, and it's on it's actually on a coin on a network that's valuable.
Right, because people have access to it.
And it's used, and it's not centralized.
Yeah, I've definitely considered how I could never spend my R unless I went to one of the specific websites that took it.
Right. I said that the other day. Somebody was talking about how Monero is so awesome. I'm like, that's great, except for what, a half of 1% of the fucking population of the world gives a fuck about Monero. So it's not useful if I can't use it.
Isn't Monero like really deep in Africa? Like that's where they started because you could use it on old flip phones and shit. I think that was its whole
I've heard
use
they're
case
using
originally.
Bitcoin over there and paper wallets and stuff, but I hadn't heard about that. That's interesting.
Those kids were buying groceries with Lightning.
They were, yeah.
On their phone. They had little flip phones, and they were rolling out Lightning Network at a grocery store chain in Africa that's been working on it for 5 years. They rolled it out, and they gave the kids all a phone. They went in, they bought all their fresh fruits and vegetables, and came up to the counter and just scanned the QR code and paid with Lightning.
Hey, I'm just saying,
they were like 9 years old.
I sent an on-chain Bitcoin transaction today that was probably one of the biggest Bitcoin transactions I've sent. And it was confirmed in under 3 minutes, and a 4-figure transaction cost me $1. So people can talk all the shit they want about Bitcoin and transaction fees, but I'm like, dude, fiat is expensive. I can't even get paid in fiat it literally was less than
0.1%.
Yeah, 0.1%, and I get paid. It cost me 3% to run a credit card. So
Visa 3.5
it's
plus 60 cents.
Literally 30 times more expensive for me to take fiat than Bitcoin.
And that's if it's not Lightning.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
That's on chain. And guess what? You know how many times I've had a credit card transaction lag for 10 minutes? Yeah.
Well, the beauty of it is nobody can recall shit. You can't call them.
There's no chargeback.
And like, yeah, man, yeah. Oh, yeah, fuck that.
Which as a buyer makes you a little bit unsettled, but at the same time, well, do your due diligence. Well, right. I tell people all the time, it's the same.
Yeah, transact with people you trust.
It's the same as cash. There are no chargebacks on cash either. They're called lawsuits.
No. That's why it was like I wanted to meet that guy and buy 2 ounces of silver hand to hand and like meet. Right. No, I think I bought the first 2 ounces online because I was like, all right, whatever. Okay, if you're gonna burn your reputation on this wholesaling site for that, then okay, I'm like willing to risk it to find out. And then I made sure I went back on and blabbed great reviews like, hey, here's the silver.
That's why, along with that Agorist market, there was like a side group for a long time. It may still be active where people were like reviews of people, like
on Telegram. Sellers. Yeah, after you transact, you're supposed to follow up with anybody.
They wouldn't even let me in that group.
I know. I tried to get you back in that group. It's because you got fucking like mass banned because of the freedom cell shit. I had to deal with that shit too. I posted a promotional thing in one group one time and somebody flagged it as spam and I got banned from everything that was connected to freedom cells or whatnot. And it literally took me asking, I had to go full Karen. I had to find the group's admin and then the admin of that.
The admin couldn't even get me in.
No, I hunted
the new group, but it's where you got flags got fixed.
Okay, so it's the fucking bot that people everyone installs that fucking Telegram bot that to the
because they can't do 2 seconds worth of admin to fucking approve
because they're all federated.
Yeah, like ask every new member, hey, are you human?
Hey, how did you hear about my fucking group?
So hard.
And they write back and they say, oh, I'm new to Telegram. I'm looking for new friends. I wanted to butt up. You go fuck yourself. Oh, hey, I listen to your podcast every day. Okay, come in. Right, oh, no, we got to have fucking Sophie suck my cock. oh, press goes, press fucking 17.
Okay,
14 plus 21. Go suck my fucking dick and take 2 seconds to approve your new members.
Yes, you want to hear how I broke Sophie? You want to hear this story? Because I remember I was pissed. Here's the deal. I was banned from Rob's group because he had the bot in there to keep fuckers out. And I was like, I know Rob didn't ban me from his group. What the fuck? Well, it turns out I had posted something in some group that was part of that network, and it was free dumb cells or whatnot that they were connected to. It was that network, and there's like that 2,000 fucking groups in it or whatever.
I'm in a couple of them actually.
Oh yeah. So, but I got banned from all the fuckers at the same time, and I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous, you know.
They didn't even ban me, and I'm a shit talker.
Well, they fucked with the wrong motherfucker because I have 2 Telegram accounts and they only banned the one. I went and I started raising hell, and I was like, okay, so who the hell? I figured out what network these were all connected on. I went and I made my own fucking group, added Sophie to it, started looking at how the admins actually handle that shit and how one person in one group can ban you and it's group wide. Went in, unbanned myself from every group other than the one that banned me. That's how I figured out how. Got myself back in every other group I wanted to be in. And then was like, okay, now I know who it is. Fuck you, I don't want in your group. But I literally had to go in and add the bot, make a fake group, add the bot, and unban myself so I could go back to my friends' fucking groups. And I was like, yeah, no, this is why I'll never use the bots. Because 90% of people on Telegram won't even figure that shit out. I was just mad enough to fucking take the time.
Don't get the butcher mad. He'll let you down.
I'm a fucking nerd. I was a nerd long before I was a butcher, all right?
That show you did with the lady butcher was great.
That was a great... Dude, I did not realize it was 2 hours until I was like, oh, I'm like, I gotta go.
Enjoyed your lady butcher, too.
I'm sure you did.
She's badass. She was.
She is pretty damn
She
cool.
can really handle the sausage.
She doesn't do that much sausage. It's mostly me.
Oh, she's a different
tomahawks.
No,
like,
but Tiffany is super cool. I knew it was going to be a good interview. I wasn't expecting it to be like 2 hours later. I'm like, well, I feel like we got about a quarter into what I expected us to cover, so you're going to be back.
All right.
You know?
All right. I got something new. Josh has something new. Scrambling, you got something new coming up to release?
Well, as a bonus for the C4 folks, we
can talk about that. How about Bear Stare?
Yeah.
You got anything going on?
Right now, my newest thing is my podcast. I literally just started my podcast, so I'm having fun doing that.
So each one of the 4 of us has new shit. So the new guy, I know I cut you off. I'm a dick like that. I just start talking, but you need to tell us all about your podcast and what it's about and where we can find it and why we should listen. And
tune in to Wham Bam Thank You Cam.
Yeah. Yeah, for the record,
if it doesn't have a title, now it does.
Cam is my newest name, so that's another new thing about me. But my podcast is My Friends Hate Freedom. And basically, I found myself having a bunch of conversations that seemed like they'd be good podcasts. And I spend a lot of time listening to podcasts because that's what I do at work. So since I already have a recording studio, I was like, might as well just do this. And so I've had fun having some nice long conversations with people. And it's been neat, like getting in touch with people like Brian and you guys, as well as just people in my personal life and hanging out and talking to them. So I'm liking it so far.
Actually, remember what your name is?
What's that?
People in your personal life know your name, or is it just
most of them? Some of them say it wrong or call me Bear Snare anyway.
Is there a reason why Ryan would have thought your name is Cam?
No. Well, I mean,
all.
maybe like in the first minute of our podcast, he was like,
"Oh, you just reminded me of my joint shelf."
I just got some new cams installed in my race car.
I think
When I was a
think I
kid, I
Googled-
used to drive a Trans Am, but then I got a Can.
I think I Googled trip sitting podcast, and that's the first thing that came up. I was like, oh, Cam. Copy paste. 'Cause
Wow, the only
Trip
dude with a
sitting?
podcast that trips.
tech time is bad.
So wait a second. You were on his podcast,
Brian came on mine.
but you called it a different podcast and introduced the guy that has the other podcast.
He thought he was on a podcast.
I was
He
a
wasn't.
guest. I was trying to
Maybe
promote
Brian
thing
thought
that
he was
hasn't
on a
happened
different
yet.
podcast.
You thought you were on a different podcast. Jesus fucking
think-
Christ, dude.
I think there are multiple trips sitting when you Google, and it's not the first thing that comes up. And I might have been
he
really high and
tripped
grabbed the
so hard,
first
he thought
thing.
he
But
was
the
on
name
all
of his
tripping
the name of
podcasts.
his podcast is "My Friends Don't Like Freedom, Not Trip Sitting."
My friends hate freedom.
My friends
Oh,
hate
yeah,
freedom.
what? Well, wait. Okay, now I'm so confused.
So are we.
I thought you changed the name of your podcast. and
No, I
switched it
didn't.
up,
You
or
probably
thought
just
you
found the
changed your
wrong
name,
one on
bud.
Fountain
I thought
FM.
you changed your name.
Dude,
Oh, that's
welcome to our
hilarious.
world.
This
I
is
am going to be on Trip Sitting Podcast shortly. Then I just forgot what day.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I
Thursday?
really am. And that's Cam. Woo!
Oh,
Maybe
oh,
that'll come
no.
out on
So
420 as well.
Because
he
time is a
actually was on your
construct.
podcast.
He's living in the future. Time is a
Brian?
construct of the imagination,
Yeah.
and
Time
that
is
yeah,
a
he was already
construct.
happening.
It's false.
Well, I've-
Okay.
I haven't
Okay,
released
so-
it yet, but we did spend 2 hours talking, and I've got the
You
recording.
spent 2 hours talking to him, and he didn't know what show he was on.
Maybe the show is
Names
going to be
are
on with the
irrelevant.
real Cam. Okay, so Brian, when
Vibrational energy is the thing.
I mean, I only said it like twice throughout the show.
you were on the show with the real
Dude, you
Cam,
asked him to be on your show.
I didn't even ask him. He replied like, "Hey, I'd come on your show if you want." When I promoted my show in the Living Free in Tennessee group, so
that's the scrambling
I'm
thing
like,
to do.
dude,
I'm
that's
gonna be on
fucking
your
awesome.
show.
Come on, you know.
I'll come on your show. I don't hate freedom,
Interview,
though.
Same.
Oh, that's
Hey.
okay.
No,
Well,
you're
I'd
wait a
actually
minute.
rather have people on who don't hate freedom, but they
Oh.
can show my friends why not to hate freedom or something
So,
like
do
that.
your friends actually hate freedom?
I have some who are kind of, I mean, they wouldn't say it like that, but
They're fucking
You know, the-
commies, aren't they?
no, you know the Thomas Jefferson saying, "Those who choose safety over freedom get neither."
They wear
It's
fucking
just-
masks, don't they?
More like that, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'll come on
Well,
your
that's
show
the
and tell
thing
your
about
friends why
being
they're
out
all
in
pussies.
Seattle when the shit went down, because you being like being in Tennessee, you wouldn't know how crazy the crazy fucking got out here. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Is that where you live? Is in Tennessee,
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania? So he didn't
Yeah.
even know where you fucking live.
no, Eastern Philly. You
Yep,
know who
yep,
you're by? You're by DJ Lightspeed. He was
You're in
supposed to
Philly?
get on a fucking
No, I'm
airplane
not in
for
Philly.
Squatch Fest.
I'm up in Berks County.
near. I
but I'm
said
close
near.
to
I mean,
Philly.
we're
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
close
four
enough to
drive.
Philly. We were
Okay,
talking
4
about
hours.
how there's
You're on
like
the-
a
I
vinyl
got the
spill
right
in
side of
the
the
Delaware
state.
River.
Do you know where Hughesville is?
Hughesville, no.
Yeah,
You know where
quadcopter
Binghamton
would be
is?
like an hour.
New York?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Like south of there. Somewhere.
Yeah, I think. Okay. Gotcha.
That's where I got a sister that lives there.
Hey,
Oh.
we got a Louisiana girl.
How you
Boom,
doing?
maybe she saw your meat show.
Maybe she
No.
saw your meat, Josh.
My meat show. Yeah. Damn. Subscribe to me on OnlyFans. Find me at
That meat
Renegade
show
Butcher.
was good. That was so funny how that ended with the OnlyFans. Oh, my
Oh,
God, that
Jesus.
was cracking me up.
No. So Scrambler, when you are on the actual Cam show, you have to get him to refer to himself the whole time as the real Cam.
The real Cam. Oh my God.
The real Cam.
Do it.
No,
Do
I'm
it.
gonna get
Or
him to
Bear-
promote my friends hate freedom.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
appreciate that.
I'm the real
Chris.
Cam. I'm the only real Cam. The other real Cams aren't the real Cam.
You know, I lived on 5 Mile. That fucker on 8 Mile, he was like country club land.
But what about 9 Mile, motherfucker?
You know, 9 Mile, my aunt lived up by like 10 and a half. There was the gray zone.
I know a motherfucker that lives on a whole farm on 9 Mile, bitch.
By the golf course?
No, he's a redneck hippie duck farmer. You
Oh, that 9 Mile,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Detroit Country Club's on 9 Mile.
I didn't pick up on
I
that
thought
right
you were-
away.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Eminem, you know.
That's 8 Mile. God damn.
That's what I said. He had no
Cam would be
game.
so
I was on
disappointed
5.
in you right now. I swear.
Yeah. So Cam's interviews are super long, but they're great because you could just
Which
rap.
one? The real one or this one?
Like you, this Cam?
No, now I'm high and looking at the screen.
Now he's high. Now he's high. Okay.
Hey, it's been a long day.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I try to put together a couple questions that I can ask if like I feel like it, but I don't have a very regimented podcast. I just kind of try to have fun conversations.
Me either. I
And
talk
we
about
revealed
dead
Chicken
shit.
Joe's identity.
Yeah.
Dude.
You reveal Chicken Joe's identity every fucking podcast yourself. What are you talking about? I swear to God, it's like 3/4 of the way through. You said her name 4 times, and you're like, "Oh, I'm Chicken Joe." Anybody who doesn't know her real name hasn't watched your shit.
She does want dick pics though.
I'm
Yeah.
sure she probably does.
Yeah, for sure.
Break the cherry.
Oh my God.
Oh, all right. That's enough about Cam's podcast.
Wait, who'd you tell him who you interviewed
Okay,
so
not
far?
Cam.
No,
Okay,
just
not
your natural
Cam.
law.
Your real name is.
Young Cam.
So my name is Ariel Powell, and
Alright.
I also do, and that's Ariel for the first name. I also do music, which you can get at arielpowell.bandcamp.com.
Ooh.
And I
Great.
do a lot of different musical projects. I do everything from like doom metal to like ambient electronic and new agey stuff to just like alternative rock kind of stuff. So kind of all over the place with different friends and a lot of my solo stuff too.
It's cute.
You
He
need
thinks
to,
people listen to this.
You need to check out Wave Lake or Music Side Project because they are both projects similar to Fountain that are on the Podcasting 2.0 network that are independent music producers directly to the listeners that are on the Value for Value network with Lightning.
I've
I just
actually
heard about
wondered if
Ariel, right?
I
the other
wondered
day.
if there was
Ariel.
something like that.
Wave
Wave
Lake
Lake?
is coming out and it's in development. It's a thing. It's live. But I just the other day was asking another Lightning related question to Stephen Bell in our group. And he came out and said he's been really busy working on musicsideproject.com. And it's basically the same concept. It's like podcasting 2.0, but it's music focused on that same network, value for value, direct listener to the producers. So that is something that if you are in the music industry, you should be looking at.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I was
Absolutely.
literally
Is your
just
icon on
wondering about like
Bandcamp?
putting music on podcasts or like if
Yeah.
there was something similar to
And
Fountain.
there's ways people
awesome.
are putting their shit out on like the podcasting network on Fountain and shit now.
Yeah.
But there are music services developing around that because there's a lot of that. And hey, if I can support an artist directly, I will totally do that over Spotify or some bullshit.
Yeah, and
You're
honestly,
not-
Spotify is where I get the most income. Not that it's much anyway, but like
It's why we're on YouTube
it's-
right now because we get the most fucking traction there.
right,
But,
yeah.
you get the most eyes, but yeah, you want that audience
Can-
interaction. Get on those value for value platforms.
Can you drop your link in the chat to your Bandcamp
Yeah.
site? I'm spelling
it
your
in
the
name
private
wrong, or I can't
chat.
find
Put it
your
in
icon.
private chat and he can reshare it because he's the
Oh
only
yeah,
one
yeah.
that
Okay, I
actually goes
got
away.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right,
yeah,
like
that,
cartoons.
That
That's
music side
awesome.
project, I heard about that in the Lightning for Liberty group. So if you're not part of that, check it out. Me and Brian actually had a podcast on there, but we do like education for like laymen on Bitcoin and Lightning shit. So we're probably going to have an episode maybe next week or the week after if we get our shit together. We took
Nice.
like a sabbatical for a bit there while we had other shit going on.
We do
Oh yeah.
stuff for getting laid, man.
I said laymen, not laid with men. Calm down.
We figured out how you could use Noster to run a brothel.
there is a way. I haven't run the brothel yet. I probably wouldn't be here. I'd be making money if I was.
Well, no. Remember, we troubleshot that when we were talking
sure.
about posting the invoices, and we're like, well, you could just post
It's
post
possible.
an invoice for some
Consulting.
some physical consulting,
Some stress
Physical
relief,
consulting.
stress relief, and
stress
and-
counseling. Physical meetups.
So you're saying Craigslist is back up?
I'm saying Craigslist, but you don't pay with PayPal. Yeah.
and you don't have to use your name.
Right.
Or your phone number.
Just an email.
Not
No,
even
I mean,
an email.
I mean, necessarily. Just your fucking Nostr account. It's blockchain.
What email are you going to use? You use a fucking
No, just a
Lightning
random
wallet.
fucking email. But
You use a
you have
Lightning
to pump
wallet.
an
There
email
is
in.
no email address.
Oh,
Trying to
I don't.
think
By the way, I figured out how to set it up so now you can log into my fucking website if people want to order, and they can literally just log in with the Lightning wallet. If they want to be no KYC with me, I mean, I obviously have to have their address if they want to ship some shit. But if they want to set up an account, you can literally log in with your Lightning wallet as your credentials. You don't even need a username
Nice.
or a password. It's LNURL off. You can install it on WordPress now. If you have a WordPress site, you can set it up to where your website is active with. You can just log in with the Lightning wallet.
That's awesome.
As long as you use the same Lightning wallet every time, you're good to go.
Does it log it into your main page or like into your shopping cart somewhere?
All of it.
Page like when you go to my page and you log in, like you would get a username password, you can just say instead you can just scan a QR code with your phone, or if you have the Albi extension, you click on that bitch and log the fuck in. As long as it's the same wallet every time you log into the same account, you don't need a password, you don't need anything. You have that. Your Lightning wallet is that cryptographic stream. Your private key is your credentials. In fact, it's more fucking secure than most of the two-factor authentication shit you can do.
That's so funny. Solving
Yeah,
it
I
for
know.
no
I was like,
money.
I really don't need that selling fucking spices, but I'm gonna do it because I can.
Yeah, I keep meaning to start messing around with Nostr, and I haven't tried that yet. But since Jack did an episode on it, I was like,
Jump
it sounds like
It's
About
about
2
2
minutes
minutes.
of the way through when the guy was talking about people just posting up an invoice from Wallet of Satoshi and selling stuff over there. I literally pulled the car over and I was like, all right, we're gonna dive in. Yeah, we're gonna check this
Nice.
shit out, And then I posted a fucking picture I had up there of seasoning packs that I have. Posted it up there, posted a Lightning wallet, and fucking Jack replies to it and goes, I don't have somebody that sells spices in my member support brigade. You should probably send me an email. And I'm
there you
like,
go.
so I spent the
That
next
package
week
is
and a half.
already done.
I spent the next week and a half fixing my website and sending him an email. So yeah, we're there now. Well, yeah, I was like,
It looks
wasn't
good.
expecting that. So yeah, okay, that's a pretty good first interaction on Nostr.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I would say the crazy thing is, it's you post shit over there, you actually get real people and real interactions. Like just this morning I had somebody from Nostr that went and followed my podcast and joined my Telegram group because they're a home butcher and they make their own maple syrup and sell it with Bitcoin. So now they're a part of my
Nice.
community just from putting my shit out there.
Yeah.
That was the dude with the
That's great.
18,000 gallons. That was
Yeah.
that was
That
a
guy
great-
came from
Oh,
Nostr.
dude, man, maple syrup that's made over a wood fire is one of the best things. It's so tasty.
It's even better when
You
it's
see-
bought with Bitcoin. It just tastes better.
Yeah.
Doesn't he make candy out of it or something?
I don't know if he does.
I thought it said something about like
You were
Maybe that
probably
was somebody
thinking
else.
about the candies you could make out of it. That's probably what
I was probably thinking like
I
maple
wonder
syrup
if his
candy.
name's like Ham or
Camdy. Oh,
Cam-
we could have some Camdy.
Candy.
Oh,
Yeah.
maple syrup
That's what
batch.
it is.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
So Bear, did you go to SRF?
No, I didn't. I have
Oh,
been.
okay.
I went to Nicole's Food Forest install.
Okay. I was
last
thinking
fall.
maybe he was confused because you went to Camden.
Okay, wait a second. So were you the installer, or did you help install, or were you there for the workshop, or all
It
of
was
the
a
above?
workshop, so we all kind of helped install, but it was run by Nick Ferguson, so he was doing like the demonstrating, and
So
she had
there wasn't a guy named Cam that Nicole hired to install her food for us.
right. I was actually trying to think if there was someone named Cam there because of Brian's posts. I'm like, was there a Cam there? I don't remember.
What
Cam.
was it? Was it in Camden?
No,
Yeah, because you mostly
Lancaster.
just think it's voice
Is
to
Nicole's
text
in Camden?
error.
I don't remember.
Lancaster.
Yeah, Lancaster. That's right.
Lancamster?
No, nope. There's no Cam related.
Damn. But she knows John Willis that's in Camden. So maybe
She's been
in the
to Camden
den
a
of
lot.
chaos. Maybe.
7 degrees. Hey, I don't see anything on that whiteboard. Are you
Would it be
keeping this?
reasonable to say
Bob
there are
Randy.
probably Cams in your vehicle?
That's all right.
Yeah, that's
I-
Dual
I-
overhead.
So,
There he is.
Ryan,
There it is. He was thinking about motors. Yeah.
if I have to bust your balls, I do have to fuss up. When we had our barbecue at my place, we had somebody from the Telegram group show up, and his name in the Telegram group is not his real
Oh
name.
God!
And I knew this. Like, his name is not Blueberry. His name is not Blueberry. And so I had sold him some stuff and I had shipped it. I sold him some comfrey and I shipped it. So I went back and looked up his name, and somehow I got crossed. And for fucking like a year, I have thought that Blueberry, Texas's name is Bob.
And he's said Bob so many times referring to the guy. I started calling him.
I
Bob.
have convinced myself his name is Bob.
I've shipped the
And
guy
I
shit
talked
too.
about him
Thought it
to
was a
Josh
nickname.
when I was working with him, and I would say Bob, Blueberry, Bob. And so he shows up. I'm like, "Hey, Bob." He's like, "Yeah, my name's Randy."
I still called him Bob.
And
I
so
called
Josh
the guy
wasn't
Bob
there
to his
yet. So Josh wasn't there yet. And Josh rolls up. He's like, "Hey, Bob."
face. Bob. He's like, no, my
I'm
name's
like-
Randy. I still called him Bob. At that
I
point, he's
still
like, well,
called
you're Bob now. Sorry,
Well,
you've been renamed. Your
I-
nickname is now Bob.
I was so upset with myself. I misread, like, so Telegram. He's like, "Yeah, Blueberry was." I came up with the name for my kid because he needed Telegram to play like Pokemon or something, or to do something, and it was like the name of a Pokemon, so he made it for his kid. And then when he wanted to start using Telegram, he's like, "I'm not going to make a new account, so I'll just use the same account." So that's why his name's Blueberry. And I switched up a couple of comfrey because I sold like 1,000 comfrey orders, and I'm like,
Excuses.
I
Okay,
felt
Bob,
so
Cam,
bad.
that's same shit.
So Corey laughs at me all the time about it.
How do you send out your comfort? Do you send it as a whole plant, or are you sending it as individual leaves?
Oh yeah, it might have been other stuff that's like comfrey.
Well, that's not.
How do I
Yeah,
sell it out as a root
Okay.
cuttings and ground cuttings?
Well,
Gotcha.
they sold their home.
Nice.
Said he's not selling it now, but when they did, he was doing a shitload. He was doing roots and crowns.
Nice.
Like
I think we're ready to go.
he was selling a fuckload.
Yeah, if you want to buy some, I know where we can sell it.
I've got some. I can propagate it. My wife's pretty good at propagating stuff.
I had 180.
Everybody's good at propagating comfrey. Comfrey's good at propagating.
Exactly. Comfrey's not a hard one.
I had a whole field of the shit.
Not
I
if you have
sold it on
chickens.
Etsy. I sold it on my website. I sold it locally. I sold the leaves. I sold compost made out of it. I sold fucking salve made out of it. It was my
Nice.
life.
How do you package the leaves? Like big, huge peat, like 100-gram packs, or like what's up comfort?
The stuff I did over online, I did dried 1 ounce packs, and then I sold like hefty bags full of this shit locally.
Yeah, because
1 ounce
comfrey
packs.
leaves decompose very quickly if they're not dried.
Oh no, I dried them like tobacco leaves.
No, but if you don't dry them, they
I
turn. to wood.
I dried them in our porch on bread racks,
And then you
or I
crunch 'em up, and
bundled
then-
them and hung them in the barn.
That's what I do. Bundle and hang them from like a clothesline or in the barn or something. Yeah.
Okay, so just aeration, out
Yeah,
of direct
and
sunlight.
then I would crush it all into a big tub and weigh it into plastic bags for an ounce.
Oh, so do crush it.
I crushed it, yeah,
You don't
because
have
most
to,
people
they
are
just make
buying
it
it
less
dry or
nice.
using it for making salves and infused oils and shit like that. They're not using it for like sprinkling in the garden.
But definitely try
I did
it.
I did a boatload of big fucking yard hefty bags. I sold them locally.
Like
But if
horse
you
people
just
or
put
something.
them straight in the hefty bag and not dry them, they're going to turn to compost tea really quick all by
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you
Right,
didn't put them
okay.
in the sun. It
Oh,
was like
yeah.
I would harvest them the day before I dropped them off, and then they would add them into their garden or whatever they were doing with them. But I would go out. So I would go out every Sunday. I would only send out orders once a week. On Monday morning, they would go into the mail. So Sunday was my order processing day. I cut off orders at 10 a.m. on Sunday. 11 o'clock in the morning, I would count up all my orders. I would go out. I would harvest the tops of the plants. They would go either into compost tea making, into my compost, into drying for salve or reselling online, or into hefty bags or chop and drop right on the plants. I would dig the plants. I would cut my orders. I would replant what I didn't sell, or I would do like flash sales on the internet if I dug too much. I'd propagate this shit fucking everywhere. I'd like walk through the woods in my fucking house and I would just stick the roots in. I had it all down the side of my house. I had the shit growing where I processed it from washing the table off so much that I had plants that were coming up that were like this big around within 8 weeks.
That's
Just
awesome.
super strong roots. And then I would just package it all up and I would send texts out to my customers that bought locally and I'd say, hey, I got a bag. You need it? And if nobody answered, I'd just throw it in my compost or throw it in my garden or give it to my rabbits or my chickens or whatever.
I still remember listening to your podcast and being in your Telegram group when you were still up there on the homestead. And yeah, there was a lot of times it'd be a Sunday afternoon and he'd be like, hey, I've got a box, $50 shipped to you in the United States, wherever the fuck ever. But
it's like $125 worth of coffee root.
This is a retarded amount, but I just want it gone. Who wants it? You know, and it'd be gone in 10 minutes. I'm like,
Bitcoin only.
This guy's got it figured out.
Well, it was just what I dug extra. Like you can't dig like a half a fucking plant. So you dig it up and at some point you can't plant anymore at home. I had a field of the shit. I had another section of it in my garden. I mean, it was in my woods. It was growing in my compost area. Like I had thrown so many roots and leaves in the fucking compost that like out of the back of the compost pile, there's like a big comfrey fucking plant.
The morning that he sat down on the toilet and a comfrey plant tickled his balls, he decided it was time to leave the homestead.
You know, when I was a kid, my parents told me that like the American Indians used to use it as toilet paper.
Oh yeah, probably.
I was told the same thing about mullein.
Mullen's nice.
Mullen's nice and
But
soft.
I think comfrey actually.
Apparently, you can smoke mullein and it will help cure chest infection, lung infection.
Mullein and marshmallow both are very good for lung issues, and when smoked or when ingested, are good for healing lung issues. And some people will even mix it with other medicinal herbs if they have a hard time.
We're smoking marshmallows? What? Hold on.
No, the marshmallow, like marshmallow root, the actual plant that where marshmallow, the flavor comes from. The marshmallow plant.
Is it like a tree?
Yeah.
No, it's an herb.
Fucking weed, dude.
Mallow. It's an herb. But yeah, no, it is a very good medicinal plant for the lungs, and mullein is as well. So if you get bronchitis,
mullein tastes pretty good. I tried it.
It does.
30-day review said don't put the green leaves in your garden. Yeah, by the time they got in my garden, they weren't going to grow.
Yeah.
They were in that garbage bag for a few days, or they went through the compost pile. Yeah. Definitely don't chop and drop where you don't want it.
Mugwort is another good one for lungs. Yep. There's a few out there that are. I just know the ones that I have experience with are going to be mullein and marshmallow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after handling all that comfrey, did you ever like give yourself a cut and then fuse your fingers together, or just like have you actually given yourself a cut and then it heals real quickly or anything?
Oh shit, dude! We used that for mosquito bites. We used it for fucking cuts, scrapes, burns, anything to do with skin abrasions or irritation or any sort of bite.
I have a pinky that I broke, and I know for a fact that it was broken. Like you could the tuning fork type thing. You could put your hand on a mower. You could feel the bone ends rubbing against each other, like on fire. It was definitely broken. 2 years later, I mean, all I did was put comfrey on the shit, wrap it in fucking vet wrap. Went to work. I mean, it was sore as shit. It was swollen for like 2 weeks. That was it. Several years later, I had an X-ray of my hand because they had to do some shit with my shoulder. And I said, how's that break on my finger look? And they said, what are you talking about? There is no evidence there was ever a break there. No bone knitting, no bone scab, nothing. There is no evidence that bone was ever broken. It was perfectly healed. It was never offset, but this shit, it does work. Joint pain, it's insane.
Yeah, joint pain. Corey used to use a poultice on her shoulder when she would have like inflammation in her shoulder. She would just take the either the dried or the fresh root and mix it with like she would mash it with flour and water and make like a paste and take cellophane and wrap it around her shoulder and leave it for 6 or 7 hours, sleep overnight with it. She would take it off and the inflammation was just fucking gone.
Infuse it warm in a small crock pot in grass-fed pork lard. Best salve you're ever going to have in the fucking world.
The salve we had, we would give to people or sell to people in Minnesota. Minnesota, the fucking mosquitoes are the size of airplanes, and like the kids at the lake, and they'd get all bit up by fucking mosquitoes, and they would take the salve and just put it on it, and all the mosquito bites would go away. Not that they wouldn't itch; they would just like shrink and go away.
Huh.
We tried to get a video of it, but you couldn't get the definition of it actually going away because it was like too skin toned. But yeah, you could actually watch it shrink and like kind of heal that irritation from the mosquito poison.
Yeah, that's
so you
awesome.
think it anti-inflammatory it, or it like neutralized the poison?
I'm not sure, but you could literally get a mosquito bite, and if you had the salve tin in your pocket, you could take it and put it on it, and you would watch it get bigger. You've ever watched a mosquito bite you, and
grow
then
like a circle.
the thing gets bigger? You could put it on it, it would like opposite. It would just shrink and go away, and it wouldn't itch ever as soon as you touched it with it.
Maybe the oil too just made like a carrier, made the venom go through you instead of just sitting in your skin.
Could have just drew the venom back out of the hole. It could have drawn it out because it's an anti-inflammatory. It was like reducing the swelling, which was pushing the infection back out or the venom back out of the hole. I don't know how it worked. It did though. I had a tin of that shit in my pocket. The only problem was once it got too warm, the shit would get liquid.
Yeah. What was the base of hog fat? Or
mine was beeswax, and yeah, we tried a bunch of stuff. We did coconut oil, avocado oil, all the carrot. We tried them all. We did different shit.
I used to always do
we did
olive
smelly
oil.
stuff. We did regular flavored, like no scent. We did all the essential oils and the different stuff, and we had tons of different stuff.
Yeah, I used to always do olive oil and beeswax until I decided the one time. And it was actually before the guy came on Jack's show and was talking about it, which was an awesome idea about the pork fat. Because what I was reading an old school, like from like the early 1900s herbal manuscript. And they said one of the best bases for salves to use is lard, if you can get a hold of it, because it's the closest fat known to human fat. I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. The crazy thing is if you do that, so if
then you put oregano in it.
Well, if you make a salve out of olive oil and you put it on your skin, it'll stay greasy for a while until eventually it wears off. If you do it with pork fat, it soaks into your skin so fast. 10 minutes later, you can reach it. It's gone. It's not there. It's not greasy. There's nothing left on your skin. Your skin just soaks it the fuck in, and it's crazy.
What if you put oregano and some other stuff in it to make it smell like fucking pizza?
Oh yeah, you sell that at a festival. You call it the pizza pig. Yeah,
I have that shit. I put that shit on sometimes. And I'm just like,
it's so strong. It's so strong. But you know what? That oregano oil is
like chili to call in the hippies.
Oregano oil is super antimicrobial. It's antibacterial and all that shit. So if you actually have something infected, that shit
works.
Kills the
infection. It works really nice.
It does work really well.
But you open the container and the dogs think it's dinner time.
It is strong. So, the one that I usually do, the one I used to call the butcher's blend, was I would do tea tree oil and mint And that stuff, it kills all the fucking germs, helps heal some shit up. Some people really hate tea tree oil, so I did one where it was like lavender instead. I call it like perfume pig.
But I got one of those big ones.
Did you say perfume dick?
Perfumed pig, not because
it was
pork
I thought you said
lard.
perfume dick. I was like, is that for like
No.
or something?
No, that's after he's done slapping the pig.
I didn't put any dick in it at all. Not that pig.
You didn't ask how it was made.
That one was out of a boar. Okay, thank you. I have standards. I'm not like that.
Oh my god!
How do we get off on the comfrey? Thrown out of the park. If I get thrown out of the park, it's going to be because it's dark, not because of a pig. Come on now, it's Texas. We don't care about that.
I'm watching for the orange security light.
Right? No, it's not orange. They're actually cops here. The ones who patrol the park. They're actually legally cops.
Tell him you know Justin. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, no.
I probably processed their deer behind my house. No, I see the Walmart security.
They get really polite when they do show up, and I just roll the window down, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, no, I'm just doing a podcast. Do you want to say hi to my friends on YouTube here?" They usually don't get really ranked. Well, they're looking for people who are just like fucking or smoking pot in the park,
right?
You know? So when
not
they see
not fucking on a podcast.
They're not worried about people stealing the Wi-Fi. They're worried about people hanging out and doing things that we don't like in Texas. Down here, you know what I'm saying?
Is there anybody in there smoking pot on a podcast?
They're not smoking pot on here, but
if someone else is doing it on the same podcast, then it counts as you doing it.
Oh my god, that'll be in the next. That'll be in
Texas,
the next defending freedom law,
Texas proxy law, or some bullshit, you know.
It's
all CBD.
Anywhere,
it's all CBD. You can't prove
it. Strictly hemp.
What the hell? So were we going around? Were we going any particular direction with shit? We started with Cam over here. He was plugging his shit. Are we doing anything before we wrap?
Oh yeah, talk about Brian's and what Brian's got new shit going.
Yeah,
I joined your club already. I thought it was fucking
I need to join your club.
Yeah, I decided I was going to do something with the stuff that's the most popular of everything I do. So.
Oh, you decided, huh? Nobody gave you the idea.
I think it's fun. People can send you on missions, and like you'll go like do shit.
Yeah,
like,
they can send me on missions.
I'm never gonna get fucking.
That's awesome.
Do this for me. Like,
fuck yeah.
And then people can be like, "Hey, I'll donate to that." Like, oh, that's gonna cost you out of your way. Here's an extra $100 for gas.
No shit. Well, I mean, how cool is that though?
That's not really how it's working, but sure.
Well, you know, if somebody sees your shit, and they go, "Hey,"
once you talk about it the right way.
No, but if somebody ever sees your shit and they're like, "Hey, if you're ever in the wherever the fuck area, I've got a relative over that way," be like, "You know what? We can add it to the list, and I may consider that in my travel plans." You know,
well,
you may
I mean, that's
I've got a bunch of people that are requesting something in this area of North Dakota. Next time I'm over that way, I might
spin my pin board.
You saw the pop-up that I made. It has a space for state. So when I'm going to the state, all I have to do is go to my email list and search by state and get in touch with the people that are there and say, "Hey, this is where I'm going." The other part is you sign up for the email list. Every once in a while, I'm going to give our travel plans. Like as we have a few states in play, we'll start saying that in those emails. This is going to go out to everybody on our email list. This is kind of where we're thinking about going. If you have a farm, if you have a cemetery you want us, like it's all part of everything. Like it's good to let people know where you're going when you want to network with people while you're there.
Well, when you're trying to network, you look at that and go, okay, what connections do I have in this area? So that weighs in on my decision of where do I want to camp.
If somebody's got a cemetery they want me to hit along the way, I'll see if I can make it work. If I can, I can. If I can't, I can't. But what I did was start a membership where it's $5 a fucking month. I mean, it's not expensive. Or there is another option at the angel level, which Brian very nicely jumped in on. It's $25 a month.
Right.
But the thing is, what you get with it is So I don't know if Cam knows, but I go to
Or
cemetery.
half the people watching probably don't have a clue because we actually
start
have
at the
people
beginning. I always fuck
Yeah,
people up.
so
I got to go find a lighter. She came out.
I travel around in an RV with my wife. We had a homestead in Minnesota. We sold it. We bought an RV. We're traveling around the country. Along the way, I remembered something because of my wife when she went to go walking in a cemetery. I kind of recalled that it was something I enjoyed as a kid. We had a cemetery behind my house. I used to hang out there and like look at the headstones and all that shit. So I started doing it and I started documenting it, putting it on TikTok. It was pretty popular. I started putting it on YouTube. It was pretty popular. And it's something that I never imagined doing. Like I was 9 months into my podcast before I even thought about trying this. We were 7 years into our YouTube channel before I did this. So it wasn't something I ever intended, but it's been popular enough that I was like, I should run with this. So I do currently one headstone video a day, 5 days a week on all the shorts. And so I spread the same one around to all the shorts. As part of the membership for $5 a month, you will get the backstory on some of them. I'll research them, or I'm doing headstone cleanings. There'll be like bonus footage that members have access to, but there'll also be a newsletter from, we travel once a week usually. So it'll be a cemetery a week in a different location, or if we stay in the same location, a different cemetery in the general area. But every week you'll get like a cemetery explorer newsletter telling about where we were, what we saw, a little more in depth than what you're getting on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever, which just the pictures of the headstone and a little blurb. So that's kind of what we did. But along with it, if I can get to 100 members, I want to start donating part of the membership fee into a fund, because I've been seeing all these broken headstones or headstones that are in disrepair, things like that could really use being fixed. I'm not a mason. Like, I don't know how to fix it. And I'm only on site for a week. But if I can start funneling some of this membership money into a pot, and I have $200 or $500 or $1,000, and I can do the legwork of hiring somebody to come out and fix these ones that I document, I can use that money to fund that.
There's not a lot of people out there promoting that as a cause beyond just
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I walk my dog through the cemetery like a few times a week, and there's lots of headstones that could use some maintenance.
Right, and so people, I'll make a mechanism for people can donate to that cause or whatever straight, but I'm going to use it as a, if I can get to 100 members, I'm going to donate 5% of every membership to this part of it. Once I get to 1,000 members, I can donate 10% or 15% or whatever, or hey, between this date and Memorial Day, when, that's typically a cemetery visiting day, for obvious reasons, like between May 1st and Memorial Day, every membership 50% goes into the restoration fund. Like I can use that to build that up along with the membership. And I just think it's the right thing to do. Like, I want to get compensated for the content I'm putting out, because obviously it's popular, but I also don't need to wholly benefit from it and be able to give back from it.
Yeah, and let other people give back through you. Basically, people aren't wherever you're at doing that shit. You're the one on the ground seeing it. So yeah, that's a cool thing.
Yeah,
I thought it worked. I mean, you got to look at what your most popular fucking content is, and it by far and away gets the most views.
Pushing super hard on your other stuff, but that like blew up by accident. Like you did it as a thing, just
because you were just going to do it anyway.
Yeah,
you just took us along.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like you can't even go live on your regular TikTok yet with all the shit that you do.
Dudes walk along rivers collecting rocks.
But you walk around and you video headstones and put some music to it and talk about it, and it blows the fuck up without you trying. So obviously that's what you need to monetize, because that's what people want to see.
Because it's authentic.
Well, and that was the other thing is like I went and I would go. So like this week, where I'm staying, I went to a cemetery I usually go on Monday or Tuesday. This one had 645 headstones there. Like I post one video a day, 5 days a week. I only need 5 headstones. Well,
Right.
there were probably 40 that I could have done videos for. If I don't
Right.
have this newsletter, all that shit just gets deleted off my phone. Like nobody
'Cause you
sees
can't
that shit.
hold all
I'm
that
not
video.
gonna go post 3 a day, 7 days a week, so more people can see these. I just don't have the time to do it. But if I have a membership where I have 1,000 members and I'm making $5,000 a month, fuck yeah, I will.
If somebody turns around and says, hey, I have a relative in such graveyard. If you're there, will you find their grave? You'd be like, you're a subscriber, bitch. Yeah, I will go find that grave if I'm there.
Well, no, but the thing is, now I don't have to worry about trying to monetize all my videos. I don't have to worry. I'm making my standard of living from my members, so I can put all of my time of a full-time week into producing content that they like and that the members have access to, that the public has access to more of it too, because now I have more time to put it out there for the general public. But
Well,
like right at this time,
what you're doing
between
is
my
already
podcast, between my camper videos, between the dog videos, between this, and this, I have time to do one a day, every day, 5 days a week. And if I can start doing a newsletter, which I fit into my schedule, as I start selling more memberships, I can do more. I can put more time into these places. I can spend more time trying to get permission to clean them. I can spend 2 days in the cemeteries each week instead of 1, because I'm not trying to hustle to make enough money to buy gas to the next location, because my membership is supporting my income.
Mm-hmm.
At $5, at less than a cup of coffee a month per person.
And I think that's the hardest part when you're doing content creation type stuff is recognizing the shit that is actually working, because you get an idea in your head and go, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. And you try to make it work. And then the shit you're already doing that's working really well, you overlook it.
Yeah, I just enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. I'm banging my head against the wall. How to make a membership. What should I do for a membership? And the thing that was getting fucking 30,000 views on TikTok, and every other day I was getting 2,000-3,000 views a day. Every day
you're frustrated your regular TikTok's not working. And I'm like, bitch, I wish I could post gravestones and get the fucking following you do.
My regular TikToks are getting 200 max, and these are getting like fucking 10 grand. And I'm like, oh yeah, I just enjoy doing this. So blind to the fact that, like, well, you're enjoying doing it. That's good, but like people are watching it.
You've got the eyes there. Use it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So thelotproject.com/explorers club, short for Cemetery Explorers Club. You can check it out. There's a pop-up that flops up. If you put your email address in, you'll get a report email to you letting you know if you're a taphophile. If you don't know what it is, you're going to want to find out, because if you are one, you're going to want to get the fucking
on a
cure.
list other than Brian's email list. Don't worry.
It's a mobile server. It's not Hillary's bathroom.
Taphophile is not something. Well, you might be one or you might not, but put your email address in at my site, and you will find out what it is. If it's a full report, you'll be able to evaluate your tendencies of being a taphophile or not.
It's too hot for YouTube. We can't tell you here. You have to go find out for yourself.
Oh, and by the way,
Tune in
check
on
out
Rumble.
Lots to Talk About, the interview shows that I do. It's my interview only feed. I just had somebody I interviewed a couple of weeks ago, Tammy. She was too hot for YouTube. They kicked her off. They kicked her off Facebook. I interviewed her the other day. Stellar interview. Check out Monday night. I had Eric Cloward from Stoic Coffee Break. Fucking 2 hours flew by.
I think this is the only motherfucker on the whole podcast, on the whole show, who's ever been on the after party, honestly, who does consistently 7 fucking podcasts a week.
Wow.
This guy is a beast over here.
Damn.
5 every morning, 5 days a week in the morning for coffee, and then 2 interview shows in the evenings during the week.
Stack.
Yeah, but I don't edit shit. So if you like polished,
I don't care. I don't care. I'm proud of myself that I've managed to do 1 a week this year. Okay, god damn.
It's the shit. Look, Scrappy's like, dinner time.
Roof. Knocking it the fuck out. So yeah, Scrappy, Scramble. What do you got new coming up?
Oh, just well, tune into your April newsletter. No, I'm making available websites on my website to backlink to all
So
members.
you're throwing
shit.
some links out and naming people wrong.
Yeah, so it's I added 2 more. Yeah, so there's the Renegade Butcher's gonna launch his new coffee chili with beans. Hey, if you're listening to this on a podcast version, I said chili with beans.
Already today. I already sold the first pack today. It's shipped in the mail.
Oh, the shit's already starting to get tossed.
It's already up. It's live.
But yeah, so
The salad's getting tossed.
So you have an item that or a bunch of stuff you already been selling on your retail store, right? And then
I have shit for sale. I don't know if I have a bunch I've been selling, but I have a shit
like you've been selling stuff on your retail store, right? And I've been trying to help you guys, like, hey, white label coffee, like make a coffee brand for your other, like your grave property, your other properties, right? But then all the administration. So it's like, fuck it, you buy it X, sell it Y, just sell it what I sell on my website. And once we figured that out, the next thing came to my mind was like, fuck, now that it's just white label, why not just build everybody an actual website? Because it was that SEO guy that you interviewed, Brian, like 3 weeks back or 4 weeks back.
Got my water.
What he really said, you got to have text, you got to have pictures, and then you got to have commercial backlinks that are doing business back and forth. And then your site is super interesting. And seriously, so I built your guys' 2 pages, right? And then I'm like, okay, who else is a member that's got a small business? I'm like, oh, agorist attorney's trying to get her podcast going and get the arbitration contract stuff going and build her a page. And then like the other couple we know down the street that owns the pizza shop, like,
what you're saying is if somebody's a small business or an entrepreneur and they have like an online presence and a website and they really like coffee, they should probably be getting coffee and working with you a little bit. And
yeah, for what looks like buying coffee from me a month, you get a web page managed and backlink to the other shit you're selling. And if you happen to sell coffee, you'll make money. So yeah, it's the newest benefit that I could think of to like what is a value. Like Jack always says, like, fuck, I'm only going to do shit that has value to this thing, or it's stupid to do. Right?
I can tell you right now that if you actually are a member of Jack's shit and you use his discount codes, if you buy 2 pounds of coffee a month, you almost pay for Jack's membership and what you save through me.
Yeah, you just added your spice on there last week, right? If you buy
2 pounds of coffee a month and use his discount through my shop / your shop to buy Renegade Butcher coffee through this motherfucker up here, you save almost $40 a year.
Yeah, you'll pay Jack's discount. Yeah, MSB one shot.
And so if you use anything else, your MSB's fucking free. So
it's just so easy to like.
I assume you'll probably buy spice from me too if you're buying my coffee. So you probably get your fucking membership for Jack back for free, just with me, and I'm one dude.
Well, it came from the Agorist Marketplace. I always go cruise up there and see what's for sale. So what if there was a place like, that's why I called it the general store. Pop down and then everybody's shit's like boom. So you can see all your spice stuff too, and hot links if you click on any of them, shoot you back to your property.
And what I did,
they look at Brian's shit, shoot back to Watts Project.
I just embedded that shit in my website too, so it's like the same shopping experience. You just pay him for the coffee.
Yeah, if you happen to buy coffee. But I'm thinking people are going to show up to see your shit, and they're going to end up looking at his shit.
Well, if they go, this seems pretty cool, and I like these people's shit, they're probably going to go, oh, hey, look, who else is connected to this whole network?
On the drop-down menu, eventually it can be up to 100 small businesses. Like,
we get enough people, we start promoting that directory eventually of all of the other businesses, you know.
Yeah, it will add value to every membership. Exactly. And I don't mind managing it. It's kind of fun. Like whatever, and it gives a way to get advertising without like really spending real cash. I got sick of fucking paying Yelp and Google ads and all that bullshit.
Referrals from people you actually trust and do business with are worth way fucking more than whatever Google or Yelp says anyway.
Yeah, buying a game, fuck that.
Yep. All right, well, before they kick me out of the park, I'm going to wrap my shit up because I got to get my ass rolling too.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
My new shit is I've got renegadebutcher.com up and live. I've also got the collaboration we've been talking about up there with Brian with the coffee, so you can buy Renegade Butcher coffee. But I am doing Spice of the Month Club, which I custom blend spices. I have mostly focused on sausage blends, but I'm branching out into other things as well. If you have something that you want done, let me know. But along with the blends I've been offering, where it's like 4-ounce packs shipped to you every month, if you're a member of the club, it's the only way you're going to be able to get the special shit that I do. I'll do small batches of stuff where I take the veggies, the salt, whatever. Usually it's smoked or hand blended stuff I can never really recreate again 100%. Make that shit up. Everybody has loved what I've put out so far. I was just
Bonfire blend.
Bonfire.
I was
blend.
kind of auctioning it off on Telegram, and people liked it enough that it needs to be. It's the perk of membership now. So since I can't do it in mass, I'm going to
Bonfire blend.
the people who want to pay me for that membership will get exclusive access to that. So there it is. I do butcher work. People seem to like my shit. They like my cooking. He likes the bonfire blend.
Get your rooster dust mild or spicy today at therenegadebutcher.com.
And I did just today put out, it was yesterday. I think I posted it up and we sold one today already. There's been a long-standing debate because I run the Telegram group, Liberty Meat Chat. We're always talking about meat-related stuff. People absolutely have this reaction when you talk about beans and chili. So, of course, we have to troll the entire fucking community. And I made a chili spice that has this fucker's coffee in it, and it's actually fucking good. I've got fucking 4 fucking quarts sitting on my stove at the house right now. And we called it Beans in the Chili. So if you want to try it, hit me up. This shit's pretty good.
You got to put a big Texas star right on the package.
A 4-ounce pack of that shit. A 4-ounce pack of that shit costs $10 to get shipped to your house. That's shipping included. But that will also make you, depending on how spicy you want it, it will make you between 20 and 100 quarts of fucking chili. So you're eating chili for a while.
With beans in it.
Lightning.
With beans. Whether or not you want beans, you're going to have the coffee beans in it. So, and yes, we do Bitcoin. I do Lightning, Cash App, whatever you want to do. We'll even take fiat if you're really one of those people. So,
All right, I think I'm putting Ariel's Bandcamp in here again.
Good.
Good thing Cam showed up.
Cam Camp.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
This one time at Cam Camp.
Right on. All right, here, fucking it'll spin down.